if the rain is too loud, do let us know.
Yeah, the heavens opened.
Yeah.
They heard us talking about them.
Yeah.
It's lovely. It's just a bit loud in places because we have drippies. But that's fine. Okay, so we are in the ballroom at the Palace of the Collector. We've just had a little dance and we are approaching the VIP dais.
Hell yeah.
Dais or dais?
I would say dais.
I said dais.
I've asked multiple people and nobody seems sure.
I've heard it say dais, so I've always said dais, but I don't know where I heard it say dais.
Fair enough.
Anyway.
I am of no help.
What
We
do
enter the
see on
VIP
this
area.
Pardon? Pardon?
Nothing.
We approach the thing.
You approach the thing. You do the thing. Okay, cool. Okay, you are not stopped on your way up into the VIP area.
Ooh, guards. There are guards, aren't there?
There are two
Yep.
guards at the moment, says.
Is there a velvet rope?
Nope.
Damn. Would have been fun if they had to unhook a velvet rope. Actually. Sorry.
We get there. Do we
stop.
recognise anyone apart from Varrow?
No, I don't think so. I don't think any of you are well familiar with
Nope.
any of the Fae courts.
Okay.
Does he acknowledge us?
He's not currently looking in your direction. He has his back to you.
When we are close enough
Wow.
that, like, he's within, like, you know,
Yelling distance?
I don't know, not yelling different distance, but I do think when I get close enough to him, if there's no reaction and everybody else is looking, like, pleasant and thinking and amicable, I'll be like, cousin!
Okay. You can see his face would slowly turn to you and say, cousin?
Wonderful to see you again.
You
And
made
you
good
all.
time, surprisingly so.
Yes.
Yes, I was helped.
I had no doubt.
Oh! Whoa! Oh! Oh my god. I mean...
My smile stays in place.
Obviously no
As does
outward
his.
reaction. That was all
Internal. And it still is not been long enough, so when Lena still hears. just
Yeah, like...
Just you be like, damn!
Adolin's face is like stoic, but inside, in the telepath bonnet, Polly, what? What was that called for?
Is there a way that we can stand in the VIP area and be part of this conversation but also still see Lena to see her reaction?
I think if one of you turns side on,
Yeah.
so you've got like one in either, like...
So
I
one
would
that
love
you
to
can-
do that,
Okay.
Yeah, Kai and her just kind of like, sort of like, almost like shoulder, like
yeah.
looking opposite. Like, did you get that? Lena react?
So you would see Lena would react at your very loud internal outburst, and she would like jump slightly and look up at you all. Followed by
She could drop the spell. No one is stopping her.
no,
But she's decided this is fun. This is the most fun she's had at this party so far.
quite probably.
Especially with that husband.
I give Lena like a little kind of thread of commentary in the background.
Okay, so
Here's
Well, I
the
just said
thing.
something
So the Dragonborn you've no doubt noticed is actually the cousin of Polly, and they have a bit of history going back from night to back.
like
I-
summarise their
I
entire
can hear this
relationship.
while this is going on. I'm just
Oh, sorry,
trying to
sorry.
shoot it out. It's
Okay.
fine. It's fine.
You're doing great. You're great.
It's fine. It's if anything, it's helping me. It's emboldening me.
Yeah, we're used to the background commentary
Yeah.
by now.
Yeah, I
She
think
does
after a
a
little
lot.
while, particularly when you had Clifford in
Clifford,
initially
yeah.
and the chaos that was, which has now calmed down significantly.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot easier because I think you're also getting used to the idea of like Belinda and Clifford having small animal-based chats in the background.
About like smells and stuff, right?
Smells, things like how do you deal with this human thing and stuff like that, because that is like Belinda has not existed for a particularly long time and Clifford actually has more life experience than her.
Aw.
currently.
Cute.
So she does ask him about things.
He's like a big brother to her.
He looks after her, yeah.
Oh.
As much as a small puppy can look after a Pegasus. He also like I think when you first got Belinda and put her into the telepathic bond and stuff like that, Clifford spent a lot of time telling her about you all and like everything that he loves about you all. So there would have been
Cute.
really
Oh my
like
God.
chaotic evening when he was just absolutely like piling information onto Belinda about how much he
this
loves
boy.
all of you and telling you all of the favourite things, like how he loves like Polly's plants, and he tells her all about like the daisy that he picks for you and things like that, the sticks he fetches for you. He loves swimming with Kai, he loves playing fetch with Adolin, and he just keeps telling her all that kind of stuff. Really, it's really cute.
Keep giving it to your cousin.
Yeah, anyway, you're chatting shit with your cousin.
That's true. That's true. I dunk on him, and then I smile very, very politely.
Just smiles back at you.
I lost the flow of our conversation.
I was
So,
reading
do you want to ask about the
Todd's
trident?
comment. I
Yes,
don't
I have.
actually.
No,
you
let's talk
said.
then. Well, you pick up your head.
Oh, just they were out writing on their balcony the other day and got 5k words done, and now they're jealous of our weather.
Yeah.
And Clifford's the MVP.
It's true.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
true.
It's very
Clever
true.
is.
It's very true.
Yeah, I guess I say, well, you're looking well, better than when I last saw you, and I'm glad to see it. Tell you what, I imagine that you've already met the host who has invited us so kindly. Why don't you do the introductions?
He's not here.
Very well. Just more time to spend with you then, dear cousin.
Sounds wonderful, cousin.
Who is Varrow talking to before?
So it seems to be a small cluster of Winterfey nobles.
Mm-hmm.
Would you do us the honour of introducing us to your friends?
Acquaintances, perhaps.
I think you'd see like almost like a look of confusion pass across his face there and say, "Oh, they don't really do that here."
Has he been charmed?
Talk?
Can you make me an insight check?
Totally.
You have advantage.
Tell about the bond up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. I think
27.
with a nat 20, you would quite clearly see that he's got that kind of glassy eye to him, and when you spoke about getting him introducing other folk, it sort of slipped slightly and then locked back into place as he came back down and smiled.
Maybe I should keep on being a bitch to him. Maybe I'll break him out of it.
Oh god, yeah, maybe.
Just punch him again.
I mean, Cole did say to slap somebody.
Yeah. If we break social convention enough, will that break them out of the charm effect?
If we cause enough pearl clutching to occur.
I think
Throw
at
a
that
drink
point
in
in time,
someone's
this
face.
is all an internal discussion, isn't it?
Yeah.
Lena would be sort of like watching quite closely now. Like her attention is obviously like
She's
shifting away from.
recast Detect Us.
And she's like ignoring her husband at this point, who's stood next to her, like getting a bit red in the face again, and is just fully turned towards you all to watch.
We are
So
much more
fun.
interesting.
It's true. We are the entertainment. We're better than the acrobats.
Is it worth asking him about the trident?
Anything.
I think if there's like a bit of a pause in the conversation, you're like, would you like another drink? There's
It's very kind of
some
you.
lovely things up
Varrow,
here.
can you tell me, please? You had quite the collection, the array of materials with you when you were first picked up, I imagine. As you can see, we still have all of our things. Where exactly did you deposit yours?
Did I? Oh,
Yes.
it was so long ago, I don't remember.
No matter.
It was a few days ago, and one of them belonged to me.
Is that going outside, like, out loud?
Yes.
Okay. I think he'd look at you and he'd look really confused, and there'd be a lot of like emotion, and you'd see that like glassiness slip for a second and then like come back up again. I'm so sorry, I don't remember.
When it slips, what's the facial expression?
Ooh, can you make me another insight check, please?
Yes.
Advantage.
Yes. Not good.
I think I'm just.
Where is my character sheet? Here it is. 10.
10? I think it maybe nervousness.
Talk to one of the
Should
winter Fey nobles in this circle and ask if our friend here, I'm going to gesture at Varrow, is perhaps one of the newest additions to the collection.
I think we'd all take like a little bit of a lean back at that, and there'd be a lot of glancing between each other. that and say, oh, eventually one of them, which I think based on like what they're wearing in terms of grandness of wearing more jewelry, which I think is a vague indicator of like hierarchy in these kind of places, would say to you and say, that isn't discussed here.
Imagine so, especially not before we have had your names. I'm so sorry. I am Polly, Adolin, Kai. Of course,
would you
you've
care
met
to
Varrow.
introduce yourselves?
Or is that also not done?
Just stare at you all.
Are these guys masked
I
up?
am this.
None of them have masks.
Interesting. Do they have the glazed look?
No.
This close to pouring a drink over Varrow's head.
I am this close to casting Dispel Magic.
Oh. Well, we seem to have touched a bit of a nerve here, or found a social boundary.
If that was a faux pas, I do apologize.
She continues to stare at you.
Okay, that's absolutely fine.
Will our host be making an appearance?
I think Varrow would chip in at this point. I think so. He usually does. Would you like a drink? And he'd point at one of the tables again, and I think, like, this time he's pointing at a table there's nobody else stood at.
Varrow, how many of these have you attended?
Can we walk over and continue the conversation at the empty table away from everyone else?
Sure.
Yeah.
I
Yes,
kind of usher
please,
him
show
off
us.
him.
Okay. And he'd start to walk away from them. He'd say, I've attended many wonderful balls here at the Palace of the Collector.
How long have you been here?
It's been so wonderful to stay here. It's been... I feel like I belong here. It's wonderful.
How many balls have you attended?
Oh, it's very difficult to count. They're so beautiful and gorgeous.
And one murders around the
extravagant.
other kind of deal?
Very much so. It's wonderful. And you'd see, like, his hand would shake slightly as he picks up a drink. And
Does
some
he-
lovely drinks
Does
if
he
you like
look
one.
well?
I think now that you've gotten him away from that cluster of people, he looks quite shaky. Like, that glassiness is sort of like settled over his eyes again, but his body is obviously not reacting quite properly to how it should be. He looks like his hand is shaking slightly. He twitches occasionally.
Last time we saw him, he was injured. Does he look recovered? Does he look like he has been well fed and well nourished? Or
He certainly doesn't look malnourished. He doesn't look like he is limping, or he's certainly not bleeding or anything like that. He's not like holding an injury or anything like that.
is he? Well, I can't recall. Did you describe what he was wearing?
No, I haven't described.
Is
He's
it
actually
the same
wearing
as before, or?
No, he is wearing something that's very similar to what the Winter Court is wearing in style, but his coloration is a lot like closer to his scales.
I'd be conferring with Polly at this point of like, I think I can help snap him out of it.
That's a really
but this
good
would
idea.
definitely
because-
draw a lot of attention to
No,
this.
I think that's a better idea than mine, because mine, if I get the gauge from, I have to roll a check for it, and I'd be rolling disadvantage. That is a bit more of a surefire.
Protection from evil and good would do a bunch of stuff. What was it? You cannot be charmed by Fae? I think there's a...
Yeah.
It's
Protection
tricky.
against Fae.
I
Target
think
can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed. If they are already charmed, frightened, or possessed, they get
get
advantage on
save.
saving throws.
and they get
I think I also have Dispel Magic, and I'm not rolling at disadvantage. I'm also very tempted to just subtly throw my drink at
Do
him.
you? Okay.
That I've been carrying about for ages now.
Sincerely,
Guy's like, I want to start
the
shit.
quandary I've got here is that
I don't want to
it's like
start
threefold.
shit. What level is Dispel Magic? Third.
What?
Or
Third.
am I looking
Protection
at
from
my
evil and
first
good is a
levels?
first.
Sorry,
so-
can I hear
Sorry.
what Rosie's trying to say?
I know it's. I mean, that's more mechanical stuff. It's more interesting. But what I'm thinking is like, okay, so we are safer when Varrow is in this state. Varrow is safer when he is in this state. It's almost nice to have a little bit more of an amicable cousin back. But similarly, also, I don't want this to be happening to my cousin because I would like him to make his asshole decisions with his
Himself.
free will, you know?
Yes.
So I don't know, it's like, should we leave him like this for just now, knowing that he's not going to get into more trouble? Or,
That's a good point.
okay.
I think we should break him out of it now,
Okay,
as soon as possible.
I think I take Varrow's hand and I say, hey, Varrow, if there was something wrong with you, but you didn't realize that there was something wrong with you, would you want it to be fixed? Even if it made you mad at me.
I don't understand. Whatever could be wrong. Is that a lovely party?
Perhaps nothing. It does seem very nice, but if I were to ruin it just a little bit, would you be mad at me?
Ruin it just a little bit.
So you twitch slightly, and you see that glassiness like fall again from his eyes, and his eyes would widen for a second, and he'd start to speak, and then it would settle back into place again.
Oh,
You try and read him again?
you're fighting hard though. I mean,
I think he wants out, and I think we should help.
I'm think
going to help.
I tighten his grip a little bit. I'm like, I'm really sorry in
Starts like
advance.
trying to pull away.
I'm
from
sorry for this and also the bit before, and we should really have a talk about this, but also I'm sorry for the future as well, because probably we're not going to have this talk and it's going to suck.
I don't understand.
I don't.
I cast Dispel Magic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You are casting that like in front of everyone, correct? Like
Well,
you don't
we're
have
stood
the,
away from everyone.
You don't have the ability to cast it subtly or anything.
No,
like a
I am not a
sorcerer.
sorcerer.
Okay, good. And you don't have meta.
I mean, I can whisper and do small hand movements. That's the best. I can try and do it, like, literally do it subtly, not mechanically subtly.
Subtly. So I think you would start to do that spell, and Varrow would notice and like start to like try and pull away harder from Polly and step away from Kai, as well. And there'd be almost like a thundercrack across the room as your spell goes off and then is immediately counterspelled. And that's a very obvious, like, almost like the energy from the spell is like sucked up into the ceilings.
Oh, god damn it, again.
Ooh.
With a thundercrack.
And I think at that point you would also hear this like slow
Ah, of course.
from
Jeff
very,
Goldblum.
very far in
Jeff
the
Goldblum.
ballroom,
Maybe at last.
as you see an individual stood at the entranceway to the ballroom.
I let
Ooh.
Varrow. I let go
I
of him.
do have a mini
Yeah.
to
Hell
Right,
yeah.
So that didn't work, and I'm just going to chuck my drink in his face and just try and help snap him out of
Okay.
it. Maybe it'll help him with his own saving throw.
You splatter
We've
slightly.
drawn attention to ourselves now, there's no point.
It's like the champagne is like dripping off his snout and he just looks confused.
Anything?
We'll talk later. Maybe make yourself scared.
Nothing immediately, at least. And I think at this point the attention would focus to this figure that is like slowly walking down the stairs, and you'd hear this voice like boom out, unnaturally loud across the ballroom of, "No,
Wow, he can
now.
prestidigitate too.
There's
Damn.
no need for that kind of thing here. It's a party. Let us all enjoy the evening." And you would see this figure like downstairs, very grand, like robes, a lot of jewelry, rings, like multiple rings on every single finger, and
little
like, all
gaudy.
glinting, so gaudy. And like as he's passing individuals in the lower court area, he is like offering his hands to the ones that are like closest to the center, and they are like all gently like kissing the rings on his fingers
Oh,
and stuff
boy.
like that. He sees passing. He is not even looking at them. He's just like vaguely passing his hand out as he goes, kind of thing. His focus is entirely on you guys.
I don't like being this much the centre of attention.
Well, I don't think it's stopping anytime soon.
Do we just wait for him to approach us?
Yep.
Varrow is still trying to tug his hand.
No,
out
I said
from
I let
yours.
go.
Oh, you let
I let him go.
He takes a couple of steps back,
That's
but doesn't
fine.
really go anywhere. He just sort of like bumps into the table behind him and blinks a lot.
Why don't you get another drink?
Of course, they're wonderful. They're very delicious. And he'd scoop another drink up. You'd see this individual like would start making his way up into the VIP area as well, and like everyone in the VIP area would bow in almost perfect unison, with the exception of Varrow, who like, stutters a bow. And then the rest of the like winter court and the three individuals that are from the other courts would disappear out of the VIP section and down into the lower section.
So it's just him, us,
And
Cliff
Varrow.
Cliff and Varrow.
Yes. And he'd walk over to you and he'd like very deftly like lean round you guys, but really horribly close to you guys, he did not have to get that close to you to lean through you to pick up a glass on the table behind you all. And then, like, go to try and hand it to Kai. And I'm like, you appear to have lost your drink.
So clumsy of me, thank you.
And then immediately lean past you all again, uncomfortably close to pick up another one.
Couldn't have grabbed two at the same time?
Pardon?
Could I just grab two at the same time?
Mm-hmm.
No, had to be uncomfortable. But
Yep.
Fantastic.
It is an honour to have you all here tonight in my palace. I hope you are enjoying our little party.
Yes, the music is wonderful.
Excellent.
I'm holding a glass, I can't do that.
You can do that with one hand if you want.
Our reputation seems to have preceded us.
Of course, the heroes of the Sapphire Coast come all the way to Winterfell.
What successes have you heard about?
Why, all of them.
Be more specific.
Where would you
Tell us our own
start?
biography.
Where would you like to start?
Objectively
my dear?
speaking, I'm just thinking we haven't actually done that much impressive shit.
True.
We went to an island, we blew up another island. We went
Yes.
to the hell.
Excuse
It's
you, we
still
blew
there.
up nothing.
That's true.
The dog
A
fish.
dog and some
dog.
workmen did.
That's true.
Look at
But,
diamond
like-
mine and all. Yeah.
But like, on the material plane, we haven't actually done that much.
Yeah, we're
Bullshit.
good at fighting people, but like, objectively.
Who have you heard it from? Is it from my dear cousin?
Oh, I've heard all over about your exploit. It's been a delight to hear the stories.
There is a certain archdevil that's been paying us some attention.
Would that be Glacia? It's such a
A
shame.
friend of
I
yours.
don't think she's here tonight. I'm so sorry.
We were expecting her as well.
Oh, was she gonna come?
forgot.
Oh, she's such a joy to have at these things. It's such
Honestly,
a shame
yes.
she couldn't make it.
Sounds like she's here often. You could, hang around.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If we happened to be kicking about
I'm
for a
sure if
while.
you stay for the next ball, she'll come to that one.
Yes. Even if it's just to see you.
We have heard a lot about you.
Oh, I'm honoured.
Your palace is quite magnificent.
Thank you. I built it myself.
That must have taken a while.
Oh, when you're as powerful as me, nothing takes that long.
I mean, it
You know
does
what I
seem
thought he
like-
was gonna say? I thought he was gonna say something about being really old and like perceptions of time being shorter and stuff.
Yes, like, well, I'm old as balls, so how does that work?
You only took me like 100 years, which is like, what, an afternoon for you?
Yeah.
So funny.
Does he have, like, golden horns, or is he...
He does.
Is this
Yeah,
a
like-
sword that he's just holding in his bare hand?
It's just a showing
In the
off
mini, yes,
the
he does
sword.
not have the mini. He does not have the sword in
Okay.
the ballroom
Mm.
currently. Yes, so he has what looks like actual horns. Like this is
Ew.
not like a tiara
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah.
This is like actual horns coming out of his head that is then being gilded with gold.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Is
Fancy.
he
You should, like, divine
Elf?
sense this
He
guy.
suddenly looks like an elf.
elf with horns?
Yeah, I think he certainly has a lot of elven features. He's got the incredibly pointy ears and like slimline face that is very characteristic of the Fey elves.
Yeah. Sorry, no, I'm like, spacing out in that direction.
Okay.
I'm just picturing Adolin kind of like gazing up at these horns as he kind of muses and things like some, if you don't mind me saying, infernal heritage.
Certainly not.
I apologise if that was an insult.
It is, but that's okay. You're new here. I'm sure with enough time you'll learn the customs. Don't worry about it.
So you intend to keep us?
Of course, you'd be a wonderful addition to my collection.
And I don't suppose it matters if we weren't interested?
Why would that matter?
Yes,
You're only going to live for like 60 years. You might as well do it in style here.
maybe we get a little bit longer out of us. So that it doesn't matter so much how things fall into your collection as long as they do. For instance, I believe you have an item that was not rightfully given. It was stolen from us.
I don't believe I have any items that belong to you.
So you're
Yet.
saying that the moment it was stolen, it was no longer in
I
ours.
don't steal things, dear. I collect them.
I believe she was meaning stolen from us. It was then no longer ours when you claimed it.
Oh, I have no idea about the previous owners of some of my items.
It was in the possession of
Our friend
our dear friend here. And I gestured to Varrow.
Oh, then I suppose it must be in my collection now. How wonderful.
We would love a tour if you get such things are given.
Oh, that's quaint. That's quaint.
You must be aware of why we're here.
I think because we've been invited.
Is there like a bit of a shift in Adolin there from like trying to be polite to being like more direct?
A little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And you'd see like that smile would like slip slightly from his face and go, I know fine well why you're all here, but let me make something very clear. You don't get to leave. You don't get that choice anymore. You don't have to. It's a wonderful place, and I'm sure you will enjoy it, as everybody else in my collection enjoys it.
Do you... All these individuals here, are they collector's items, or are they guests?
Oh!
Do you find an interest in every single individual here?
Of course not. Some of them are dull. But some of them are part of my collection.
I glance at Lena.
Is she still listening?
When the collector like walked in, she
I think
focused
that's-
very much
yeah.
back in on our conversation physically.
I'm just curious in my mind. I'm like, I wonder if she's here to stay or if she does get to go. Is it not a little dull to just keep things? Things are made to be used, to be played with, to for a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Do you just keep them?
Well, I like to use a lot of my items within the grounds of my palace.
So they don't go to waste.
Of course not.
Do you have any favourites? I'm curious.
What would be my favourite? Oh, the statues I was gifted by Glacier so many years ago are stunning, and I do like those
Does make me think they're not fucking statues.
Are they in the ground? So
No, they're in my private collection.
Statues
Your
of...
dear cousin is an absolute delight. I do enjoy having him in my collection now.
How long has he been
here. He seemed unsure.
Oh, your perception of time as mortals is hilarious. What does it matter how long he's been here? He's happy. He belongs again.
I am very pleased to see that he piqued such an interest with you. If a little curious what it was that you decided was the draw.
Yes.
What do
You're interested.
What do you see in this guy?
Yeah. She and that girl.
I'm trying to be nice to him still.
He would look at you and say, why, Polly, why wouldn't I see an interest in him? A discarded member of your family. Someone that you yourself, destroyed his life. Would that not be of interest to me?
I mean, that
Not
sounds
only
like petty
Have you
relationship
ripped his
drama.
life apart twice now, may I say? He has continued to pick himself up. That is a very admirable trait.
Oh, so you would like him because he's an underdog.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. He'll never win, of course, but he'll always keep trying, and he'll always keep losing. And isn't that half the fun of watching?
That's so sad.
I'm starting to feel real bad for Varrow
That's
now.
so mean.
Oh God, are we the baddies?
I mean, I don't feel I need to define myself to you. You have such a curious take on the matter. I don't want to disillusion you.
Holly, why would you need to defend yourself? I admire you for your viciousness. It's a delight.
Thank you. I guess. Internally, she's like, I swear to fucking God, like he's got this so twisted. It wasn't. Just like being like, if Varrow had just not burned the beehives down and we could have had a mature conversation about this, but no. He just went home and he set some fires because that was better. That was easier. He could have still been a name.
I feel like I'm missing a lot of Pauline backstory.
I don't know how much these two know. Obviously, I've heard this story and I've read it and things like that, but I can't remember how much has been revealed over table.
Yeah. Well, regardless of what context you got, that's what you're hearing right now.
Yeah.
Could have had a mature conversation about it, but no, every time I try to, you guys were there, you could attest that first time that we saw him all together, I tried to talk to him. What did he do? Wait until I was unconscious and then robbed me. Second time we saw him, what did he do? Wait until Kai was unconscious and then robbed them.
Excuse you, I was very much conscious
I
for that.
apologize.
I imagine there's like this internal conversation going on. Adolin just stood there and the collector's just sort of beaming next to you all.
My one thing I said out loud, and that's the only part that's been spoken in the whole
I
thing.
was very conscious. But that starts me out of it, and I'm just like, I'm glad that you can be so amused so easily. I think that perhaps explains a lot about this collection.
A certain Prince Alagarthus told us that you were open to making deals.
From time to time, if I get bored in an item.
I forgot about that guy. Thank fuck.
He told us that he struck a deal with you to aid his people.
Yes. Why you'd want to? Such a dull city.
Well, we may find ourselves in a slightly similar position.
Yes, I suppose Promire is decaying.
And time there, as funny as it is to you, is of the essence.
Depending.
Depending on what?
Well, which bit you care about.
The people there.
Oh, I'd give up hope then. They're mostly dead.
We'd still want to save who we could.
How very admirable of you.
And the dead still deserve to return to their home.
I think their home is in hell, no?
Their home plane.
Oh. I suppose.
When one of your collection expires, do you still keep them?
As in their body? No, not typically.
What do you do with them?
Just dump it. Get rid of it.
Where?
Oh. Depends how much they've annoyed me. Sometimes they get fed to my animal.
Why would you keep them if they annoyed you?
Well, when they're dead, they no longer annoy me.
Is there a deal we could strike for your aid to the people of Palmar?
I certainly could aid you. What would I get out of it?
You already have my cousin. What else do you need?
Well, exactly. I already have him.
So why would you ever ask for more?
Because I can have more.
We have some rather nice possessions of a Summerfay hunting party.
I suppose.
Or our voluntary time as part of your collection.
Oh.
Similar terms to Prince Alagarthus.
There won't be much promo to save after a few years here.
You would wait until our time was done to fulfill your end of the bargain?
Of course.
That seems not particularly fair on our end.
Palmar would be saved first, and in exchange we would serve our time.
Why would you ever pay before service is rendered?
Exactly. So why should I give you your...
I'm sorry. You are offering the service.
Excuse me. You are getting the joy of being in my collection.
Oh, I'm sorry. And we're paying for that?
Of course.
With you fixing Pearlmire? Maybe reevaluate just what's being offered here. We are asking you to provide the service.
I have no interest in saving your city until you've served at least a number of years here.
Well, then I'm afraid we're in an impasse.
Those terms don't work for us.
That's a shame. Oh well. Well, it's not like you're leaving anyway, so you'll be fine.
And do we have to spend all of our time here in your delightful company, or are we free to leave that?
Well, you may not leave the palace grounds. I am not always here.
Meaning the protective bubble.
Yes.
Which
The
one?
bubble. The one that surrounds my garden, dear. Your Pegasus is currently eating my orchard.
You're
We
welcome
did
for
ask
the
her to stop.
pruning.
Yes.
She stops occasionally.
Well, then she's holding up her end of the bargain perfectly well.
Not eating herself sick.
Done.
That is something.
I hate this
I
man.
think Adolin's like, I personally am a player. I'm seriously bad at dealing with Fae. I have no idea how to play this game, but which translates very well into Adolin not knowing. He's played his only card, which is we will voluntarily serve time here, and it hasn't worked.
I don't think that was really a card.
No, but yeah.
We cannot offer ourselves or anything else on our person, and I've been trying to think of something else to offer.
I don't want to offer jack shit. I want to kill this guy.
Yeah. Short of offering one of our friends, which seems like a dick move, I can't really think of anything.
We have greater powers to draw on.
How lovely.
We do not want for much. Some items.
Yes, you wish to have the trident and the sword, I'm guessing.
And Polly might like to leave with her cousin as well. Personally, I'm not too fussed one way or the other. Although, I do feel quite... It wouldn't be as satisfying dealing with him in the state he's in.
How do you know?
We have unfinished business.
I'm aware.
It would be more fun to kill him if he were not under a charm effect.
Oh.
Sorry, we are speaking a little bit for Polly here. This is more... The trident and the sword are certainly what we would be most interested in.
Yeah, she's busy with a separate telepathic bond.
No, it's this one. I just...
I believe you acquired the sword some time ago.
I did, yes. I did.
Has it proven fun?
No, it is quite inanimate. Dull. So perhaps I should trade it. Although I do now have 2 of the instruments of light. And with you adding to my collection, I will have 3.
Yes. How well protected is the trident?
Are you asking me, Alex, as the DM? Or?
No, I'm asking character.
Oh, in character. Okay. He would look at you and say, "It's protected." As in, how easily can you steal it from my collection?
No, somebody else is trying to, though.
Oh, I know. Yes, that shade has been interesting. Interesting. But not of consequence. If they ever find their way out of the maze, it'll be more fun. But they do get so stuck.
Your mace.
Yes.
You have the previous owner of the Trident of Talos in your maze.
The previous owner? I don't know. I have a shade in my maze. One of my mazes. Currently looking for the trident, I believe.
You have all
Is
the
it
time.
in the maze?
Of course not.
You have all the time in the world.
Mm-hmm.
All these fascinating collection of collector's items, and you don't spend time to learn their lore?
I wouldn't have called the shade part of my collection. It's more of an annoyance.
You
A
were
pest.
surprised to hear it was the trident's previous owner. Why would you not know that?
Well, how would I?
That's why I'm surprised at. Why would you have all of these
The
fascinating
trident's previous
items?
owners become no one. They are not known.
You don't care about legacy of history, just what a thing can do whilst it's in your possession, and then after that it ceases to be of a matter to you?
If it's amusing.
We could deal with the shade for you.
You could deal with a few things for you.
That would be quite entertaining.
I have
We
no
already
doubt.
dealt with that hunting party. Sorry
hope
if
they
that
weren't
has
yours.
rubbed up the nose of any of your summer guests the wrong way.
Yeah, they'll have to stay put. You are quite a capable group. I imagine you could be quite entertaining in the battlefield. I've heard of your exploits, but to see them is just something else, I suppose. There are 3 things you want from me then. The trident, the sword, and your cousin.
And to leave.
Ah, yes, I suppose there is that.
But I suppose focusing on the first 3 first.
No point in having them if we don't have the fourth.
Well,
Easier to get the
They
fourth
did
if we have the
say
first
you were
3.
very good, and I must admit, I am impressed. And I'm so rarely impressed.
I am
these
glad to
days.
hear that you have such
Low
educated,
expectations of us.
educated advisors at your disposal that are able to pass along this information that you otherwise would be so lacking in.
Oh, you tried to throw such barbs, Polly. It's adorable.
Interesting. I'm more of a stinger myself.
zing!
I think I use my wild shape to have it come out at that as well.
Oh, you would be such a beautiful part of my collection. You should stay. You could make amends with your cousin here. It would be a delight.
There would be no sincerity in that amends, and I think you know that.
Oh, but he's so happy to see you. Can't you see that?
I don't think you know the meaning of the word.
Of happy? Why wouldn't I? Look at this place. Look at this party. The food, the drinks, the music. It's beautiful.
It's insincere.
Why would that matter for happiness?
And like I say, you do not know the meaning.
Oh, Polly, I think you have much to learn about happiness.
Yes.
I believe you were going somewhere with a thought.
Yes.
I can't tell if that's Adolin cheering the collector on, or if that's Will being God damn it, Alex, we were
Get to
getting
the
somewhere.
So they don't. It's mostly Adolin. It's mostly Adolin.
That's sweet, thank you. He returned back to you and said, yes, I suppose. See, your freedom is a much harder thing to win, so that will be tricky. I don't want to lie to you about that. And if you want all 3 things from my collection and your freedom, that will be very difficult indeed. But if you're up for a challenge, I'd be very happy to put a small tournament on for you or something.
Oh, there we're talking.
That sounds exciting.
So the sort of thing
Perhaps
we do
this
rather
place
well.
can be fun after all.
There you go, Polly. You're getting in the spirit. And what? Who knows? You may enjoy it so much you wish to stay.
I think that quite defeats the purpose.
Does it? We could have endless tournaments. Would that not be fun?
Let's see how titillating this one is. If you can really, really up your game, make it the most entertaining thing that this place has ever seen, then...
Well, I'm afraid a lot of that comes down to you 3. If you are a little lackluster, then the tournament will flop.
So you're putting it on us. Interesting.
Of course.
When something has to be fun and entertaining and cause happiness and joy, you don't quite know how to do it. You have to have us do it for you.
Why am I the one that is supposed to do it? You are the ones that are supposed to be entertaining me in exchange for the 3 things.
In the telepathic bond, I'm just guys, I think this guy's an idiot.
Yeah.
I think he's screwing with us.
He's just a poser.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think he's an idiot.
Yes.
This is gonna be fine.
It would
What-
be much easier to be entertaining if we were well equipped to do so.
You expect me to give you the trident?
I don't think that was mentioned in the slightest. But you
You
thought of
said
it.
anything about a trident, but if that's what you're suggesting.
Perhaps I should give it to the other shade. That would be far more interesting, would it not? See if
It
you can
would
snatch
certainly
it
be
back
eventful.
before you become no one.
It would go against your previous premise that we have to be the ones that are no longer lackluster. You want to encourage the lackluster nature and therefore make your entire event flop?
True. However, if you have nothing to fight for, by me giving you these items,
I think
how on earth would you be motivated to put on a show unless I do make sure that your opponents are well equipped?
we certainly do have things to fight. Have we not just been talking about the things that we are fighting for? Am I going mad?
Are you being gaslit?
I think this man is just
I think he's suggesting
a
that
fool.
the items, possibly Varrow, get given to whatever we'd be fighting.
No, I understand
Yeah.
that, but he being like, we need motivation, and I just that's it. The
Even though the
motivation is
entire
that we want the
conversation so
items.
far
That's
has
it.
been, we want these things.
We have motive. We don't need more of it.
Well, you seem a little reluctant to put on a show.
I think we were very enthused by the option.
I feel like you were putting it on me to put on a good show for you, which is not the bargain I am interested
Well, we know how you can throw a good party. Why not a good? Unless it's beyond your capabilities. I do understand. They are two very different events.
You are so quaint with your barbs, my dear. It is
Again, they are
adorable.
not barbs.
Of course, I'm
Not
so
very-
sorry I spoke wrong. Your little stinks.
Thank you.
It's adorable. Well, I would say let us make ourselves at home. This is the party. It's the ball. We can have the tournament another day.
Will you specify which other day?
I don't think we want to go down this road. The sun never rises here. I don't think there are days necessarily.
How long from now?
You measure time in sleep.
Let's
The
go
mortal
with
realm,
that.
yes.
Mm.
About 7 sleeps. You get to enjoy my palace and
No.
grounds for that time.
Not 7.
Not 7?
Not 7.
One? One sleep?
One sleep. I would be happy with one.
One sleep?
1 sleep. You'll stay 1 night, as it were, in my palace.
Yes.
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 Any duration of time would be one night. Let's be clear.
Very well. Sounds like you're not going to get the full experience of my palace.
You don't
but
understand time like we do. Ours
This
is
is true.
different.
Perhaps you will whiz round and see everything. Then again, I'm not really sure that you have the mortal capacity to take things in as quickly as us mortals do. But you can do your best, I suppose, and just try, and that would be lovely. Yes, let's put you up in a suite for the night. You can enjoy the party here, and then you can retire to the suite. Better yet, let's put you in the east wing. That'll be delightful. Varrow is staying there as well, and you can all share a lovely living room.
Are Varrow's companions here also?
What command? Oh, those idiots, no. No, they were dull and in my way.
Fair enough.
They weren't collected, interested enough to be collected.
They had no imagination. Why would... No, they were not of interest to my collection.
Adolin's just thinking to himself, I bet they were every bit as single-minded as Adolin was in coming here to acquire literally what we're here to acquire. So, very well. These terms are agreeable. And the matter of the tournament. What precisely do you propose?
How many events?
Two. I would like 2.
Will you elaborate?
Oh, my apologies. No. Have fun.
Very well.
And he'd start to like turn away.
2 events in exchange for the 4 things we discussed?
2 events back to back. If you succeed in the first, you may continue to the second. If you succeed in the first, I will give you both of your items. If you succeed in the third,
Second.
thank you. Second,
I can't even count.
Freedom for us and Varrow.
very well. If you succeed in the second, I will give you your cousin and your freedom. You will be able to walk freely from my palace grounds and out into the rest of the Feywilds.
And then we need to find our way home ourselves.
But we might have a way to do that through the stone circle.
And then we can get out of here freely, but that's not to say
Yes.
that he can just scoop us back up and put us back in.
But at that point,
We get our freedom and you don't just immediately recollect us.
You leave us unharmed and leave our items also.
I promise to leave your items alone for however long you live.
And you will not kill us when we leave your grounds.
Very well.
where would be the sporting land?
There
You
would
do
be
not kill
much
us, you
sport.
do not order somebody to kill us, you don't arrange for our deaths or recapture in
Oh.
any way.
And
They
any
did
present
say you would be
or
fun.
future
I
items.
am very much. Oh,
You
I
will
make no
take.
promises for your future generations. They are fair game.
I do
However,
not.
I
That's
will.
not what she
items.
said.
Oh, sorry. What did you say? Sorry.
Any present or future items.
Oh.
You will not
no,
take.
No. No, I make no promises for that.
I'm saying that
However-
currently, by your definition, the items that we are requesting are not in our possession, ergo
Oh, my
they are
apologies.
future.
Let me be specific then, as that appears to be what you wish. You will, if you pass both tasks, both sections of the tournament, I will give you both the sword and the trident. You and your cousin Varrow will earn their freedom. You will be able to leave my palace and its grounds and walk freely, as far as I care, from these realms, which includes passing through my outer barriers at the edge of the canyon. You will be able to retain your items. I will not hunt down the sword and the trident, nor the cup. I will throw that in for free, for the rest of your natural lives. In addition, I will not kill you as soon as you leave my palace, nor will I send any henchmen, contractors, or otherwise natural disasters after yourselves and accidentally kill you, as fun as that would be. However, I make no promises after your natural lives have passed, and perhaps would be quite interested in having the items returned to my collection.
I don't particularly care what happens after the end of my natural life. You?
I have some concerns. I have little generations. Not mine.
Holly's like, I have 7 children.
I've been keeping this very quiet.
I have been sending money home for
have
so long.
Little
That's a
nephew.
different campaign.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have a campaign like that where my character used to send home money to his sister and her child and his mum.
It's cute.
Does that sound agreeable?
Yes, I believe
Yes.
so. Mhm.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Deal.
Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the party.
Do we shake on it?
No, that is not necessary. My word is binding.
Like your safe word, or
I believe that would be unbinding.
Much more acquainted before we go down that road.
yeah, I would a hard pass.
You're lost. And he'd like scootle off. You'd see he'd like descend back down into like the non-VIP bit, and he'd start like greeting people like really loudly and extravagantly, and you'd see a lot of the lords and ladies would like cluster around him and stuff.
Again, interested in
So
Lena and her
annoying.
husband.
Her husband steps forwards, Lena like tends to stay back. She is obviously like in step behind her husband, being deferential to him, but even more so she appears to be like actively not trying to get involved in that. So it would just be yourselves and Varrow that is
How's
currently.
he looking?
No, we
He
did not.
was like stiff as a board
What?
throughout the entirety of that conversation.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh, that's
what's that?
yeah, real super good point.
What?
Cole's like, what happens if you lose? We didn't talk about
Yeah,
that.
Nope.
we're collected. That's
We're
the end
collected,
of it.
probably. Probably.
Yep.
And then the campaign takes a hard left as we try to
Yeah.
escape from the collection.
I think that could be
Yeah.
fun.
That could be interesting. Yeah.
For sure.
Gladiator styles.
It would turn into like
freedom fighting.
kind of like a betrayal legacy game where we don't get out, so the next generation has to try.
Oh yeah.
We're playing like our kids, or our grandkids by the end of it when we finally escape.
Jeez. Promar long since like
Where are the kids and grandkids coming from?
Well,
Not the rough
obviously,
three of you.
yeah. No. We found Lena. That's gonna happen. Clearly.
Obviously,
So that'll
it's
help
in the
out.
stars.
clearly like generations will come and go throughout time in the collection. The collector keeps like a dynasty somewhere of like, you know, just picked like an emperor and an empress, and then you kick, and then we have babies, and then all the way down.
Sounds very much like you're going to get involved in arranged marriages for this to happen and things like that.
I imagine this is how he, you know, has fun. He doesn't have a doll's house; he has his palace.
It's so funny.
Instead of
far.
Tamagotchis, he has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People.
This. Oh my
Mortals.
God, we are his Tamagotchi. What a fucking
This is
nerd.
the Sims.
He's literally
This
just
is
playing The
Sims.
Sims, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so I think Varrow would have been like absolutely solid still, to the point where like if something happened, he would like rock slightly, like his muscles have locked up, and take a bit more of a shaky breath once the collector leaves.
I give him like a little pat on the shoulder on his side. He's too tall, so it's like
He's like a foot taller than you, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
When you are done with the party, I'd be more than happy to show you to our rooms.
No, I think I'm quite done. Do you want to talk to your girl again, or?
What? My girl?
Your girl. Your personal girl.
Yeah, I mean, she's not any of ours.
I mean, I think she's pretty much done with me at this point. But, you know, I'll keep an eye out for her.
Okay. Slipper your ditches.
I know you mean phone number.
I know.
I.
Kind of ambiguous. Let's make this party real fun.
Husband's gonna absolutely kill Adolin. The husband whose name we do not know and do not care to learn.
No.
No.
Yeah, we can. Adolin's good for just heading off for the night. We can muse on tomorrow. The battle ahead.
Belinda, did you hear everything that's happening?
Yes, I'm unclear on my situation.
Oh yeah, we
Did
know.
anybody
That's for
clarify
best.
that?
I wanted to
We just
not
kept on
mention
saying-
your existence.
He knew.
He knew.
Do I come to the bedroom? Am I sleeping with you guys?
Let's see when we get up there. Because if there's
I
like,
would love that.
If there's a big window,
If it's
then
a big room,
absolutely.
yeah.
Okay.
we'll just like throw the doors open, bring her in. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Let me know when you find the room.
Sure.
She's like
I thought
mildly
she was
yelling.
concerned about being trapped here forever, but she's just, what are the sleeping arrangements? That's the priority.
I think you get the impression that Belinda always has a get out of jail free card that
We
is,
could
if
just
she
kill her.
dies, she just goes back to her plane of
Yeah.
existence.
Yeah.
There's nothing the collector can do about that.
We
It
can.
means that she loses you three as like friends because she cannot return without being resummoned. But like she doesn't have to stay. If she decides that she does not want to be part of that, she can just essentially try and off herself and get out of it and just return to her.
So dark.
Yeah, it's grim.
A little bit, but also she
Yeah,
never dies.
I
She
get
just
it.
she gets to go back to her herd. So
Does the same person that summoned her originally have to be the one that summons her again? Or could any paladin summon her?
So, because she's been summoned by a particular paladin, she is locked to that paladin until that paladin either gives up their oath and it no longer is able to summon her,
Which
or
they might have
they
already.
die, kind of thing.
They might have already given up their oath, depending on how she was summoned in the first place. Certainly,
It's a
doesn't
bit of a
feel-
weird one. It's very unusual for a steed to be without their summoner, particularly a celestial steed like this. That is such a rare gift, particularly to have a greater steed like a Pegasus, like Belinda, and then just for her to be left. Admittedly, you did mildly tear that dungeon apart where she was being kept, so it's quite possible.
There weren't people there though.
They were not at the time. But as you know, some of the Betrayer Knights of Ash have passed through that area and gone into the Feywilds. There were other
Got
Knights of Ash
labelled
that passed
as
through there.
I should have asked if the. Did we ask if he collected those knights that came through here?
You asked if he collected Varrow's friends, and he said they were uninteresting and lacked imagination.
I think they're dead.
Yeah, to me says no. They might have known a little bit, but.
But if they're dead, then that means that Belinda might be.
If they're dead, they're dead.
You also don't have another way to summon Belinda at this point.
Oh no, I wasn't thinking for us.
I mean, if you get one more paladin level.
I don't know what you're
I
thinking.
don't think that
of.
it's a first level spell.
Spine Steed is second
Shit,
level.
second level. Yeah. Oh well.
She is a greater steed as well.
Yeah.
She's the greatest steed.
She's the greatest.
The greatest. Okay, so are you going to ask Varrow to lead you to the rooms?
Yep.
Yes.
A little tour.
Okay.
I give a little salute to Lena on her way out.
She watches you, and you can see her husband is also watching you all out the corner of his eye. He's trying to keep his eye on the collector, but he keeps looking at you and go.
I wink at him.
Hello.
He goes right.
Give Lena a quick smile, just like a flash a quick smile on the way out.
You can see that she smiles back at you, and then her husband immediately whips her head round and she ducks her head.
Oh God, this
Oh.
guy.
I hate him.
He's such a dick.
You are welcome to do something about it.
You just really stab him in the middle of a party.
Oh my God,
you
I
want.
see what I can do.
That's the first
Can I
combat.
send a bee over just to buzz around his head?
You
Just
can if you
sting him.
like, yeah.
Just
One sting.
maybe I walk just a little bit closer than I need to, and then the bee cape, which is absolutely still there, just kind of expands a
cape.
little bit,
No.
and I just it avoids Lena, but it gets all up in his business.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, and he just sort of he's sat there going, and he's trying to swat them away from him a little bit, and he's making it a bit obscene, and you
And then
see
I
other
say-
people be
Careful, that's part of the collector's collection.
just glare at you.
And then I wink.
I think you would all get the incredible impression that Lena is desperately trying to hide a smile.
Yeah.
Man, wouldn't it be funny if the collector threw this guy into the ring against us tomorrow?
Oh, I would love that.
He just
It's
rocks
He's a
up,
level 20 fighter.
holding the trident.
The three of us can take one fighter.
For sure.
This guy's a noble. He's probably got jack all levels as well.
But he has ridiculously high, powerful magic items.
But sir, he has money.
Ah.
Yeah, what was that? Oh God, what was it? I think it was in NADPOD that they had a fight with a royal, and Murph had started him as just a commoner, but he had ridiculously good items.
I
So
love
it
that.
was it was hard on the outset, and then I was like, hang on.
Yeah. You just own a lot of shit.
Yeah.
It's got plus whatever plate
So
armor,
funny.
spell resistant items,
Yeah.
20 hit points.
Yeah.
The commoner
So
has
funny.
4.
Oh my god.
But standard 5e, I think they have 4.
Something like
Iconic.
that.
I think a child has 2 and a cat has 1, if I remember correctly.
Yes. Yes.
A kitten is a quarter, but you can't really do it, so you have to do 4 kittens at once.
I think it's 4 because he's got 0 con
You're
and
not
the
allowed to
smallest hit
kill-
dice is a d4.
I'm not sure.
You're not allowed to kill a kitten in D&D. You have to kill 4 kittens.
At once, yeah. You have to kill
Minimum
kittens
of.
or-
That's so funny.
That's
About
dark.
messed up.
Yeah, so Varro's going to lead you to your rooms.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so he would start to lead you off a little side door that's on the upper VIP bit.
Ooh.
That's in the back. So to get past Lena's husband, you would have had to do a bit of a loop, but I imagine you would have all wanted to be that dramatic anyway.
Yes.
So. So that happens. Does anybody want to grab any food or anything while you're here?
Now we're good.
No. Okay. Because you haven't really eaten is what
That's
is
fine.
my concern.
We'd have taken some
Intel
supplies
having
from
gone-
the
You have, like,
cave.
random rations.
I prepared good berry. We are good.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
Okay, so Varrow would lead you out into another corridor that's made of this same, like, almost crystal, but it's like really smooth. Like, crystal is usually like a little bit jagged, and this is like glass smooth. Kind
Hey
of thing.
Varrow, can you hold on for a second? Maybe just sit time for 10 minutes?
What do you want to do?
Do you mind if we don't do that in the middle of the corridors?
No, I would quite like to just linger here, real quick.
We should head further into the wing.
I think right now we are out of people's hair. Tell you what, if somebody tries to pass us, of course we will let them through. And I just tune out whatever
Why do
the
you
response
not want to
is.
wait in the corridor?
I'd like to go back to the rooms.
I cast
Why?
detect magic.
It's where we stay.
So?
We're not meant to linger in the corridors.
So?
We never got that instruction, Varrow, so if this gets us in
Well,
trouble...
I suppose you are welcome to stay then, but I'm going to head back to the rooms, and if you want to know where they are, I suggest you follow.
I grab his arm and I say, but you wouldn't
Grab his
abandon
other
us
arm.
when you have been instructed by the collector to look after us.
I said I would help. I have been given no instruction. And he would like start to wrest his arm out of you.
Okay,
Forget the long
fine.
rest, you just want
I don't cast it with a ritual. I just cast it detect magic.
We're doing detect magic,
Yeah.
okay. Schools of magic. Where's that big one?
I just want to have it buzzing for this weird part here and for other stuff.
Okay, I think you would have an onslaught
Yeah, I
of things
figured.
from around you. Just a lot. Oh,
Varrow doesn't have a hall pass.
Oh dear.
That's really good.
Neither does Lena.
you'd get a lot of enchantment from around
Hey!
So good.
Hey!
Oh, so you just set up, you knock him down. That was some excellent, amazing.
you. There's a lot of like school of enchantment. I would have said there's a lot of transmutation that's
Okay.
moving about. A lot of abjuration that you can see. Why is charm not listed on this? I don't know what school level. Is enchantment?
Charm would be enchantment, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like whole person.
I'm
sleep.
also not shocked that that's there, so you can't just say charm. But
There's like a charm effect.
Yeah,
going
I get
on.
it. I
Okay,
figured.
cool. There's a lot of
Yeah,
illusion
enchantment.
and stuff like. Well, there's some of them that I'm like, this is just dumb. Why is this in this?
No
school?
necrotic.
Charm person is an enchantment.
Thank you. Okay, so yeah, I think the main ones you're getting are transmutation, enchantment, and illusion.
Okay.
Varrow in particular is a lot of enchantment.
Yep. Any transmutation or illusion on him?
Not that
His
you can
clothes are
see.
transmuted.
I mean, maybe it could be his original gear just looks a little bit prettier. now.
No, so the transmuted is mostly coming from like the building itself. Illusion is like lots of little pockets, lots of little things are like touched up and things like that around the place and like stuff like
Whoa, maybe this
There's
place is falling
There's
apart.
a fuck ton of cobwebs behind that spot there.
that. You need to dust better. To
Try
watch
just
yourself and go, oh shit.
Crawls out from invisibility, just being like, yeah, see, fucking told you.
So yeah, so you cast that spell, and I think obviously everyone sees that. Clifford is stuck with you. Obviously, he does not want to be left. And Varrow would see you cast that as he like snatches his arm away a little bit. We should head back to the rooms. As you can see, we are currently in the portrait hall, and there are many lovely pictures of the collector in here. And you can see, like looking down the corridor, there's quite a few like paintings and
It's all
like
different fashion styles.
so many like gaudy things. Like, have you seen those ones where it's like celebrities these days that are doing like Greek god style portraits?
No.
It's like that kind of vibe.
Oh my god.
Like those kind of poses,
Love
things
it.
like that. Like lying
so
across a
funny.
chaise lounge with like
A toga or like.
Paint me
a
like
bit,
one of your French
yeah,
girls.
like a great kind of thing. It is
Oh.
so
One
weird.
of him with little cherub wings and holding a harp.
I don't think there's anything like that. It's always a bit more like either too sexy or too weirdly masculine. It's just a bit much.
Yeah, tracks.
Is he like he's draping his? There's like one where he's on the back of a horse in like a full battle uniform, where it's like rearing up.
Oh my god, he's Putin! You're so right. Although it sounds like it's not as vaguely homoerotic.
I don't know how weirdly masculine can you get before it just is homoerotic.
Oh, that's so funny.
Easy clap.
Yes,
I don't know
Varrow
what
would
that
be
is.
leading you down this corridor as he gestures to the paintings. Are we
Intriguing.
following?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
When we tried to stop him from going down the corridor, was there anything with the charm person
You
like
did
it
the
was
panic.
before?
Yeah.
He looked nervous, and I think you do constantly. Every time you like do something that's like, I'm not allowed to do this. You just stop doing this because I need to do it. The charm like slips slightly. Kind
Gotta
of thing.
keep doing that.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah. Okay.
I wish
Okay.
I had. I wonder if you can charm someone who's charmed. I think it probably is already like a thing.
Intriguing.
If they take damage from the person that charmed them or one of their allies,
Ooh.
they get advantage on their saving throw.
Interesting. So if we,
I don't know if we count as an ally.
We could charm.
You're certainly not an ally at the collect.
No.
We could charm the collector, and then tell
Whoa.
the collector to attack Varrow.
Big brain.
And then
Yeah. Okay. So
If we get one of the guards to attack Varrow somehow,
but I think they're all charmed as well. So do they count as allies?
I don't know.
not to you.
But to the what would they be the collector's allies?
Yeah, I suppose that would be mechanically the correct term.
I wonder if now that we're, it might be. What do you think? If I try to spell magic again, now that we're out of eyesight of people?
Oh, dispel.
What do you think?
I thought you just said spell.
If I try to spell magic.
M-A-G-I-C. I was okay.
I saw that happening.
Was the counter spelling of the dispel magic back in the ballroom? Did that look like almost like a lair action more than something initiated
For
by the
him?
collector? Like, was he more than
Yeah.
60 feet away?
Those were the vibes.
He was way more than 60 feet away.
Yeah.
More than 120?
And it was thunder.
Yes.
So I think that it was to do with the beam, the old rods, the lightning rods. I wonder if it's powering something
Ooh.
in some capacity.
Yeah, was it similar to the lightning
Because it
rods?
came from the ceiling and it didn't draw it up because it's not got a visual component, but it kind of was described in the same manner, is what I understood. We never did try and fuck with those.
I did. Well, I did a lightning arrow during the gorge fight.
Oh,
and-
no, I meant like.
You were thinking of like
fuck
pushing
them,
one over kind of
physically
thing, yeah.
breaking them.
Oh,
They
yeah.
were very big.
I know, I figured if we spent a day just shattering them, maybe we could.
Just heat metal, cool metal shatter. Heat metal, cool metal
Yes!
shatter.
Oh my god.
He's engineer.
Can we go
Yes.
back? Can we undo all
100%.
this? Undo.
Rewind.
No.
Previous save point.
No, we don't do that. And now I can see why we don't do save points. Because I can't get rid of that meta knowledge from you all now.
Quick save. Kill everybody. Reload save.
Have a cathartic murder session and then go back to being
I cast
proper.
Blight on Varrow.
On Varrow.
I mean, we've all played a bit of Skyrim, gotten waylaid by one too many guards, then just gone, you know what? Quick save. Shing.
Murder time!
Chop.
Let's have a bit of a rage room and then go back to the plot, please.
I wonder if we break something, if we mess something up, like if we I don't know, fuck with one of these pictures, are we gonna?
I
get
would
in
love to set one on
trouble?
fire. Just with a match.
Like right now?
Kinda. Do you wanna set a painting on fire?
I've got. Hang on. I think I've got chalk
We
in
have
my
a
bag.
tin. Are you gonna just
Chalk. Nice.
give him a mustache, some glasses?
Well, I color in his devil horns, his horns red, and I give him a little goatee and mustache.
Ooh.
Yes.
We could do that. What do you think? Because it's easy
That's
enough
adorable.
gotten rid of,
Yeah.
so you can't be too angry at us and we suffer his wrath, but also it's
Another
like
illusion
a,
appears
hey,
to cover
fuck
it
you.
up. They've all already been graffitied.
Yeah, our hand passes through, and if you peek, you can actually see layers upon layer of graffiti. The picture's not even there.
So many dicks.
Yeah, I have a bunch of chalk.
Just, he has horns.
Yeah.
We should ask you to do Divine Sense when we could
You
see.
did, but
I
then,
bet you
but
just
then
didn't do it.
No,
Oh.
then you straight up just asked
Yeah.
if he was a fiend, and I was like, well, I mean, fucking.
Yeah.
That's the end of
I
it.
just wondering like why he's got horns.
Because
Like,
divine sense, I mean, it's not the most uncommon. Like, think of all the antlered creatures that you would find in a forest. Like,
He's just a deer.
Yeah. Like, speciesist.
it's not something like
it's not infernal.
dedicated
It's
to.
purely natural.
Like fawns have them, and they're not devils or demons.
I suppose. I just, maybe he got all his power way back in the day from like a pact with the devil, and it's been that long. He's just sprouted horns as a result.
I suppose.
Maybe Glaj is his patron.
Maybe.
Maybe. I'm so
Celestial, fiend, or undead. That's it.
Yeah.
That's
that
it.
would be it.
So it wouldn't even tell me if he was a fae. It just
No,
probably
it
would
would
be
be-
like, no, he's not celestial,
it'd
he's
be
not
no
a fiend, and he's not undead. I'd just be like, yeah, seems like a guy. Sure does got horns.
Shall we go to the room? See if we can get Belinda in the.
Are we doing the chalk moustache?
My little monocle.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Varrow does not stop you. He looks very uncomfortable, but he does not stop you.
Varrow, this would have killed. This would have killed before the last 3 arguments that we've had. You would have loved this. Just to think about that.
He'd look like down at his feet and says, I know. And turn around and walk away.
Oh!
Maybe you can have your conversation with him.
Oh my God.
It's just going to be really one-sided, but you can still internalize everything.
The real Varrow is inside screaming.
Yeah.
When he gets his normal head back, at least he'll have to contend with the fact that I have at least pleaded my case. Yeah, I might say that. We might have a talk.
I'm going to have a one-sided hard heart later.
It's gonna be so uncomfortable.
So he would lead you to like a spiral staircase that comes off of this corridor and would like wait for you at the bottom of it. You heading up with him?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Cool. So he would take you up this spiral staircase, and I think what you would find at the top is this like really lovely tower room, and it's quite obvious that it's been very much enchanted because the tower itself could not be more than like 10 foot in diameter, but the room that you enter into is significantly larger.
How big are the windows?
They are very large.
I open a window.
So
Come
you have
on.
like a balcony area as well
Oh,
that you
even
open out
better.
into
Oh, yeah.
that's got like
she could sleep,
breakfast
she wouldn't break any rules.
tables
She could
and
sleep
like
outside if
a
she
like
wanted.
outside chaise lounge and things like that. And it's like this glorious balcony that looks out onto the Winterfell, and you can see like the snow falling in the distance and the mountains.
It's warm and temperate inside the dome.
It is.
But is it still like the night sky outside?
It is.
Oh, funky.
Oh, nice. This feels like being on holiday.
How
Yeah.
are the plants photosynthesizing?
That's a really
How
good
would
question.
you? Yeah.
Do
God
we
only
even
knows.
know what photosynthesizing is?
Beats me.
Polly might.
Did you say
Everybody
bees me?
turns to
I
you.
did say beats me, but that was fair. I should have said.
Bees me.
How much scientific research has been done on the
On
material plane?
photosynthesis.
Holly is baffled because she is like, I was pretty sure the sun was important to plant growth, but this goes against everything I understood. So
Get night plants.
maybe I need to
Yeah,
reevaluate.
yeah.
And admittedly, all the
You get
plants
plants
here.
that grow in caves in the dark.
I understand that,
Yeah.
but these ones shouldn't.
And some are violent,
Well,
isn't?
most of the plants you found here are not like native to the material plane. They
Okay.
are native to the Winterfell, so
Okay.
it makes sense that they're at least like this is their native area, so they
Cool.
wouldn't grow here if they could.
If they're native to the winter court,
Uh-huh.
then they wouldn't need the sun. That bit makes sense.
But then
It
they
should
would
be
need a
too
cold,
warm for
it
them
would be a
then.
cold climate. What's going on? It's like a weird hybrid between each of the courts.
Right, after this botany lesson, so you'd find this like really lovely, lush, like living room area. There's like a dining table to one side. There's lovely big squishy sofas. There's a fireplace that's stacked full of logs to one side. There's another really gaudy portrait of the collector above the
I
fireplace.
take it down and turn it right.
Okay.
I love it.
And you
It's
can
got
see that
eye
there's
holes
like
on the other side,
rooms.
really.
No.
There's like 4 rooms leading off from
Damn.
this main room, and you can see that Varrow points to one of them and says, "This one is my room, but there are the other 3."
You want to do a
Thank you
little
very much.
slumber party for old time's sake?
Hell yeah. Start dragging Betty.
Are you speaking to
saying it to
us
us,
or
sorry?
him?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, start dragging bedding through and just like.
You see, he just
Plonk
sort of
it down.
stands there a little awkwardly in
Do
front
you
of
want
his
to
own
sleep
door.
in your room?
I don't. I
Are you required to?
No.
Cool.
We can have the slumber party in your room
Oh, if you want.
if you're more comfortable with that.
I am perhaps less comfortable.
Okay, we won't do that then.
You see him like awkwardly go into his room and the door would close.
Okay.
Fine.
So yeah,
Yeah.
Belinda would pipe up and say,
Okay.
"Can I come?
Yes.
Oh yeah, we've got
We'll
this big.
open the doors and the balcony for you.
Thank you." And like a few minutes
You
later,
can
I think it
join
would
the
take her a
slumber
little
party.
while because she's obviously going at half speed and she's
Mm.
very much gorged out on everything in the orchard.
Wow, well,
You
you're,
can see, like,
Clearly told her not to do that.
Her belly is quite distended. She is very,
Oh no.
very roly-poly and happy, and she's got like weird juices like smeared across her snoot
You
as
look
well.
great.
Did you taste?
And she's like, it was so tasty.
I'm glad.
Then like clip-clops into the room and just like collapses in a space to one side. You see Clifford like jumps on her and she's like, oh!
No.
She just burps up a full apple.
No.
It's a bit of a noxious like
Oh,
smell.
God.
Although she burps,
Oh, horse burps. Oh
Belinda, you might have to sleep on the balcony.
but like Clifford starts like licking her snots, like where all the like juices were. She's like, that tastes so good. And she's just like, ah.
Our animals are so weird.
They
Yeah.
are.
no. Oh. So we're going to be fighting for our lives tomorrow to get what we came here for.
Yep. When are we not?
When are we not?
When would be the fun of playing a game where the one of the main pillars is combat and you don't get to use it?
Very true.
At least now it's at a set time.
It,
Much more structured.
yeah, we just like wake up and then go downstairs and go, we're ready to fight
Have
now?
breakfast and go. I guess.
I guess. Do you need to like ask Talos anything before you recover the trident? It's like, how is this gonna? I don't know how it's gonna work. I feel like
We're still keeping watch tonight, yes?
I think so.
yeah.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes.
I feel like I should ask Joris what to do if we're about to get Star Shatterer back. This feels like a bit of a
Only yours? No one else?
Guys,
well. I don't know.
What?
I forgot to tell you, I had a very weird dream, and it turns out that I have a god. So,
Congratulations.
if we want some other insights, then I suppose I could talk to her too. Sorry.
a
Oh,
girl.
hell yeah!
I forgot. It's a girl.
It's a girl.
It's a
Puzzles
girl!
Who's your god?
So, funnily enough, I do pray to her occasionally. I just didn't realize she was actually paying attention because I gotta say, I don't keep a very good correspondence. But my grandmother introduced me to Shrantia, and
Introduced to me.
And-
They're on a first name basis.
I don't think she has a last name, so yes.
She's
Does Torm have a last name? Should you be calling him Mr. Man?
He calls him father.
Mr. Daddy?
Hi, Daddy. It's me again.
No, nobody is getting called Mr. Daddy.
I do think that.
It's banned.
Yeah.
Straight up banned.
There
You want to
was-
call Shantae a mommy? You can call
There
her
was a
mommy.
phase
What?
in the
Did you
history
say that?
books.
Just mummy with a nice American accent.
Don't know.
Okay.
Mom.
Mom.
Mommy.
It
It sounds
really
weird
has
as
more
mommy.
of a. It has
Mommy.
more of a like stigma. Yes.
Mm.
Anyway, I forgot. It turns out that you might be onto something with the whole.
Wings? What?
Yes. So
You have a spark.
I
In you too.
guess. I mean, what are the odds, right?
Unlikely, admittedly.
I'm still banking on Kai having something. We have a balcony. You want to just text it out?
No.
You throw yourself off.
Do you want us to chuck you off the balcony, see how that goes?
I think I could probably live. I got a couple of ways of doing it now, apparently. I got wings and I got the fly spell.
Oh, sick.
Also, Belinda's here. We'll be fine.
Belinda's like, ugh.
Belinda's not fast. I think Belinda's trying like a quarter speed.
Quarter
at the
speed.
moment.
She is heavily laden.
I'm just, if you want to talk to your daddy, and I could talk to my mommy.
And I can
Is
touch
it-
my weird uncle.
Weird Uncle Stormlord.
So, is it Daddy Tom and then Uncle Joris? Or is it Daddy Joris and Uncle Tom?
Oh, it's
No, I think
absolutely
they're
not
both
Daddy
Or is
Joris.
it Granddaddy Tom?
I think they're both daddies, just different
Father
kinds.
Torm. Father Torm. like he's one of those distant fathers that never responds, you know? So you never quite know if you're getting approval or not.
What are we doing?
Mr. Daddy, sir.
Mr. Daddy,
So Daddy, sir.
I think that as you're like all dissolving into giggles a little bit, there'd be like a soft click as Varrow shuts the door behind him again, and you can see he's got like a blanket and his pillow.
Oh,
Yes!
He just stands a little
Oh my
awkwardly at the door again.
goodness.
like clear of a space on a nice rock.
Do you ever call Torm Daddy? Is that a thing?
I called him father while I was a Knight of Ash.
Close.
Was?
Don't think I'm welcome anymore.
Can I ask what
Have
happened?
you been officially excommunicated? Do you get excommunicated?
I mean, it's not unheard of if you were to transgress so substantially against the
I
order.
know, but Arvo was still on the up and up.
Arva was pretending to, you know.
How pretending have
And
you
Arva
been?
wasn't Knight of Ash.
With the mention of Arva, I want to check Varro's face.
Reaction?
He's staring very much like down at his feet. He doesn't really
He suddenly
want to look
seems
at
a
you.
lot like, not normal, but
Yeah.
more normal.
He's subdued.
Are we talking to, like, the real Varrow at this point in time? Is he,
Does
like,
he
still...
still seem charged?
Are you
or,
asking
like...
me as Alex? Sorry.
Yeah, as the DM. Like,
Okay.
do we...
I think you would see that like the charm is not in as strong a effect. His eyes are not that
I
glassy.
think it's a ranged thing. There's like a hub for it.
I think it's the
You
power
can
of love
make
and
me an Arcana
friendship.
check, actually. If, who's trained? It's just
Just
me.
me.
You can make me an Arcana check if you like.
Can I?
25.
Ooh.
I have plus 10.
Yeah, I think with a 25, I think you can see that it's not necessarily about the range. Like, Varrow is still very much in the lair area that is, like, the collector's lair. This entire palace and, like,
Ew,
his
that's
gardens
a big
kind
lair.
of count as his lair. So it's not necessarily a range. You guess it's probably more a social thing. In terms of, it's not the strength of the spell, it's the fact the collector doesn't really care when he's up here because he's out of the way.
There's less structured environment as well, so
when
there's
he's
no
in
real
public,
cues.
he's got to do what he's told. When he's up here, he can, I don't know, play a child and stuff like that. He doesn't care if he has a like rage tantrum up here, kind of thing.
Okay, so he could be thrown down if he wanted, but he ain't.
Maybe it would depend on his specific instructions, because he still has to obey the instructions of the collector due to the charm effect.
Interesting. Okay.
And you can throw down with Varrow here if you want to.
I don't
We'll back you up.
want to. No,
Yeah.
I feel bad for stabbing him still. I've got some stuff to process, and I think this is the slumber parties are good for processing.
I'm guessing none of this is out loud. Or is this out loud where you're like, you want to throw down? And
That wasn't out loud. That was very much telepathic.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. No, I'm interested in his reaction to hearing Arva, and
It'd be a little wince, but not much more.
And I would ask him sincerely, do you mind telling us what happened with the knights?
What do you mean?
You said that you're no longer with them.
I don't think I'm getting to go home, Polly. I don't think it's home anymore.
Well, depending on how much of the conversation did you hear that we had with the collector?
While you were on the dais?
Yes.
All of it?
Well,
So
then,
you know-
depending on how successful we are tomorrow.
I will get my freedom.
You're not hopeful of what that will entail on the other side?
I doubt I will go back to Cromwell.
Is that because you know that you understand that your actions have caused great harm, and or that you're wanting to go elsewhere?
Or do you just not believe that we are capable of leaving the Feywild?
I think we're perfectly capable of leaving if you can complete the trials. His word is law here. Even he is bound by his word.
That's good to know.
I don't think there's a place for me there anymore.
Because of what you and your group have done.
You'd wince again at that.
Did you do it because Arva asked, and because as a knight you were bound to follow her?
I'm not bound to follow her.
She was kind in
And
the
you
beginning.
were angry.
I was alone. I couldn't pass my trials, and I couldn't.
You did pass your trials.
It wasn't getting anywhere, Polly. I don't have a spark. I don't have any power.
Well, the collector seems to think so. Why don't you take solace in that?
I have worth to him because of what I am to you. Nothing more.
So does it not matter that you are something to me?
All I am to you is an embodiment of your failures.
I disagree. I think that together we had some great successes. It was only when we separated that those became failures. Think about it.
My life is in ruin. And only half of that is my fault.
I agree with that.
And what do you believe now? Do you want a shot at redemption?
There is no redemption. There's no going back. There's no point in going back to the Knights. I don't have a divine spark. I don't have anything for them.
Listen.
Ava was kind in the beginning and helped me be a better knight. And then she had a plan and I didn't know how many people were going to get hurt in the beginning. And then it was just the plan and I belonged there and I could do things and change
So
things.
even after Arva died, you still... Why did you flee to the Feywild?
So I didn't know what to do.
Was that...
I don't belong there anymore, Polly. I don't belong anywhere because of you. You took that from me. Time and time again.
I took it
I
from
wanted
you.
to belong in the Knights. I wanted, and I believed I could, and you made me believe that.
I believed that. I believed that you could, and then when I found out that you couldn't, it was a little too late, and I wanted that for you so badly that of course I was going to do anything to make it happen. And I think that just because you couldn't find your spark and it had to be something external that set it alight doesn't mean that just because I'm not
But it
there
wasn't
anymore.
my spark. It was never my spark. You didn't set alight a spark in me.
You
You used your own spark.
Do you understand that this analogy entails that the spark is just the beginning of something far
I didn't
greater?
need something far greater. I needed a divine connection. And I didn't have one. And you made me believe I had one. So I went and I tried so hard to be what our grandfather was and to live up to that. And you made me think I could do that. And then you took that out from me. And then I wanted to belong with Ava. I wanted to do some good and help her. And then that fell apart. And now I'm here and I don't know what to do. But I've just...
Do you want to set things right? You don't need to like me. You don't need to like any of us. You could make your own star anywhere else. You could set up your own order for those who want to do good even though they don't get the spark. Because you're right, there's so many of you out there and I'm sure that you could do good even without the blessing of some sort of grand deity.
I don't think I'm a good person. Not anymore.
The fact that you are even thinking that means that there must be some good still there.
I just want somewhere I belong. And I had those things. And now they're gone. And I
Do you-
can't go back home. Dad won't have me back because of everything. I can't even go back to the farm, Holly.
He knows. I never told anybody. You could have gone back. Nobody knows.
He came to Parma. He spoke with me and I told him the truth.
Oh.
And he told me not to come home.
I'm sorry. That was never my intention. I have never returned home for your sake so that you could have that. I didn't realize that your own... I mean, well, he didn't have any right to do that.
He had a right to tell me to stay away.
I admire your honesty. The fact that you wanted to share that with him. I'm sorry that was the repercussions. That doesn't sound like something that was your fault, though. That sounds like another person who's just...
I don't think it was my fault. I think it was your fault that I can't go home. Every home I've tried to make for myself just turns to ash. I just wanted to belong. And you keep taking that from me.
I understand that I have caused incredible suffering to you, and I will never try to deny that. But also, I cannot fix it unless you are willing to be part of that. It doesn't help anybody for you to just give up and say, nope, you keep on ruining things for me, so why not just wallow in my own misery and let it just be miserable, because I'm not willing to take the leap and trust that maybe things could get better if we just tried. It's probably a lot easier to be angry at me, and that's fine. You can keep on being mad, but maybe mad with a purpose. Forget the rest of us. Forget you and me. Just think of Permatter, the city that you swore to protect, that is now deeply unprotected. Could you rectify that situation? Could you help us do that?
Should we?
Should we?
It was eating itself from the inside.
So the solution is just to burn it all up, huh? Not falling back into unhealthy
There's
coping
nothing I
mechanisms
can
there.
do to help it. I don't have any.
Okay, so again, you're just happy to wallow. You're not going to try. You're just going to say you can, and then you don't.
I'm not an idiot when it comes to my actual realistic expectations for myself. I'm not an idiot. I can't save a city. I wouldn't even know where to begin, Polly.
Do you think we know what we're doing?
I
Seriously?
bloody hope so.
Absolutely not. And there was your first mistake. We have no idea what we're doing.
Then Permatter doesn't stand a goddamn chance.
We are making all of this up as we go along,
But we're
and
still
everyone else
alive.
seems to think we are capable of saving this city.
We've managed
and you
to-
have beaten us multiple times now, so do you really think you can contribute to that?
That's true, yes.
Just
If
sit
anything-
quietly in the corner.
Thank
and
you,
like,
Kat.
actually,
That
I'm going
was
to jump in now.
Incredibly good point. If anybody is able to usurp us, it's you. So imagine what we could do together.
He sort of looked down at the ground and said, "You're really easy to spy on.
Yep.
Yep.
You should work on that."
Yep.
Would love to. No
Mhm.
idea how. Don't think it's... Is this the time? Is there a library?
There's some magic items that we could have invested in, but it never fucking
You
did.
have a
but it's
lot
fine.
of really important conversations in very open areas. It's very easy to spy on you all.
Even our heads are a little bit open areas these
True.
days.
Yeah.
Yeah, we tapped into a lot.
That's fine.
Wow.
Okay.
See, that's good feedback.
That's incredibly good
Already
intel, Varrow.
helpful.
Just think how much more you could contribute. Listen, you don't need to decide now. I am still very aware that you're not quite of your right mind, and you might wake up in a couple of days
when I'm here.
and still kick our asses.
If he wants something, I have to comply.
Is he keeping us safe right now? Has he
Safe?
instructed you not to attack us or hurt us in any way?
I can't do anything that would affect the tournament.
Okay. If that instruction wasn't there, do you feel like you would want to lash out?
I don't care anymore, Polly.
I'm sorry.
I just don't care. I'm sorry. I keep losing everything, and I'm just so tired. And I just want everything to stop.
That's really upsetting to hear. If
You
any,
could show a little more remorse, Polly.
yeah,
I think you could. Yeah, he's made a lot of bad decisions, fell in with the bad crowd, but it sounds like it could happen to any of us.
yeah.
You didn't know Arva was who she was. But yeah, it is kind of on you that he's in this position.
I don't deny that for a second. I think it
You
is.
just seem very cavalier about the whole thing.
It's difficult.
Well, they're having their side conversation. Now that you're more yourself, how long have you been here?
It's hard to tell. You don't need to sleep here.
And there's no sun.
There's no sun. I think a few weeks.
Weeks.
Weeks. We've only been here like days.
The dog was a lot faster.
We've been here like 4 days. Total.
It's whatever he wants it to be. It's his realm.
Oh.
I think he knew you were coming, and the charm takes a while to...
Settle.
Yeah, he wouldn't have full control in the beginning, and I think he wanted more control before you got him. So he slowed down everything.
Oh,
Interesting.
damn, you're so powerful.
Yeah.
I mean, you kind of knew that, but control over the flow of... that is a thing in the Feywild, isn't it? Those powerful magic of old.
Time is very wibbly wobbly, and like you've crossed quite a few boundaries in your time in the Feywild. Like, because you started off in a different court and then went into the Winter Court. You've passed through the boundary of his
I do
court.
wonder ascending will still work.
From here
Yeah.
to...
Should we do to
Garen?
yeah. I was like, who are the people we work for? Who's our boss? That guy.
And when we're having these conversations, by the way, can we specify if anything's in your heads? If it's not
Yes.
in your, if you are just saying it, I'm going to presume, unless specified, it's going to be out loud. Just so I know what page Varrow is always on.
Okay.
Cool.
Our show. That's his name.
Yeah, Ursha's the Silver Dragonborn.
Yes, he's the one with the sending stone.
He officially looks after it, yeah.
Yes.
Ursho
Should we
Huggins
do,
popped into my head before Hugin. Ursho Huggins.
Nice.
Lots of hugging there.
Should we do a check-in with him, do you think?
Out loud?
Yes.
Yeah.
Varro knows who we work for.
Barra does know who we work for.
Should we try and do a check-in with him?
That's good.
Yeah.
I mean,
At the very least, see if the sending works.
I could keep talking to Varro and you guys could have some
I
privacy.
think he knows everything that's going on at this point.
That's fair. Varro, would you like
He
to
was
be
stood
involved?
next to us for this conversation,
Sorry.
so...
Would you like to be involved in this?
Do you want to be part of the sending to our show?
I would
You
be
don't have to be.
very surprised if it went through.
We're gonna try.
Okay.
If
the
it doesn't work,
collective
it doesn't work.
doesn't want you to talk to them, then
He's very powerful, huh?
he's been here for millennia.
We try and do a sending.
Okay. Mechanically, you're not going to get us rules.
Yep.
Damn. Let me try.
Static.
Sender not found.
Somebody's turned off the phone.
They've cut the phone lines.
Is that a Never Stop Blowing Up reference?
It's Usha.
I watched
She
the
was
first-
here.
I watched the first episode. It was good.
Is good.
Halfway through the third episode.
Jacob's first roll inside.
Amazing.
First time in the
Hell
dome
yeah.
rolls a 17 on a d4.
Iconic. Truly.
Close
Spoilers.
up.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Nails it.
Highly recommend it. Never stop blowing up on Drop Out.
Drop
A
out.
lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Very good.
Can we try and like Varro's freedom is contingent on our success in this trial. Does Varro get to participate?
I don't think it was specified. I don't believe so. I think that we were fighting for him.
Okay.
If there's a possibility he could be fighting against us at one point or another, who's to say?
I mean, I'd rather with us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just another sword arm, if
Yeah,
nothing else.
me too.
It's whatever the collector finds most entertaining.
What would you rather?
I mean, forcing you two to fight alongside each other would be pretty entertaining if I was the collector.
I would like that, but I understand that we're probably not there yet.
I think that's part of the fun. Fun.
I'm not sure.
And Adolin's right that I don't like to acknowledge how much I caused harm, because it's easier to just be like, well, I was a kid and I was ignorant and I didn't know, because of course I didn't, and then I just did what I wanted to avoid the heavy, sticky conversation. But you were
Sticky conversation.
sticky. just difficult.
I get what you mean.
Sticky.
It's just I've never heard that particular word used before to describe that.
It's true. I don't think it's an expression, but sure did come to mind.
It is one now.
Definitely.
It's a
It's not
colloquialism for polyglot.
It's a honeybee farmer figure of speech.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll take it and run with it.
Well, all that being said, you were also young, and you know, my solution to how stressful the circumstances were to deny it and ignore it. And you know what? I'm still working on that. Do you know that? I mean, these guys can attest that some things can happen around me, and I will straight up deny.
Yeah, it was a whole thing.
Yeah. So
At one point, she grew wings and refused to acknowledge that it happened for literal days.
See, this is, I mean, that didn't cause as much of a bad damage as, but I mean, it's something that I am having to acknowledge and work on that is still fucking me up, so I can only imagine how much it fucked you up also. And you know what? I don't get to be mad at you for the way that you reacted when that was and try and rationalize all my behaviors as if you don't get to be mad also. We can be mad at each other. That's fine. I deserve it.
What does that look like?
That looks like me. That looks like you not having to forgive me, but me still trying to make things better for you and getting you out of here and finding you somewhere to be safe, even if it is a world that I am not in the slightest.
I believe that you are all going to make it back. That you're going to make it out of here. I don't have much hope that I'm going to.
You keep saying that.
I'm an okay fighter, and that's about all I have going for me when I don't have someone behind
You have some
me.
magic that I've never seen before in my life.
That was given by Arva.
But surely she thought that you earned it, so you must be competent enough to warrant her
I was
respect.
a useful tool. Collector thinks the same.
You know who's a tool?
The collector?
The collector.
Yeah.
And he's not even useful.
I believe that you're going to get out of here. And could you do me all a favour?
Oh, don't give us any last requests. Don't. You're gonna, whatever it is, you're gonna be able to fulfill it yourself, so why even bother?
I don't think I'm leaving, Holly.
Oh, I disagree. And I can't wait to prove you wrong.
Then prove me wrong, but take the request in case. Please.
Fine.
Could you tell my dad I'm sorry?
I don't think you have anything to apologise for to him.
Just tell him everything. And tell him I'm sorry I never lived up to either of their legacies.
Oh, please.
Oh.
No, I wasn't the son they wanted.
You lived up to them.
You 100% to this guy.
I will pass it on, but I think that it's not only a false message, but an unnecessary one, because again, you're going to do just fine. Thank you. Listen, if we manage to keep this dog alive for as long as we have, you're going to be no problem. Believe me, it's been a close call. You can attest a couple of times.
Multiple times.
But
I mean,
he's still about.
can it die?
Well,
No.
we haven't yet to find out because we're doing a good job of keeping it alive.
Okay. It
He was kidnapped yesterday.
Yesterday. Nope, it was today. Kai, it was today.
Oh, it was today.
We slept.
We slept.
We did.
Oh my god.
slept in the cat
What
picture.
is time?
Yeah, we slept. We met an evil cat.
Oh boy, oh boy.
What happened to that cat?
That is all said out loud.
I am going to take
Where
that
is Cat?
presumption.
Yeah.
Yeah, cat left a while ago.
Have you seen a cat with bat wings?
A few times.
Yeah, that's a
Today?
cat.
Or just generally?
Not.
No, Cat was with us when we were introduced to the room,
Mm-hmm.
and then
But
we
Varrow's
talked to
saying-
Lena, and when we went to talk to Lena, Cat vanished.
But Varrow's saying that he's seen Cat a few times.
Yes.
I've seen a cat with,
With bat
bat
wings.
Yes.
Mhm.
That's very specific.
grey fur.
Yep.
That's
That
the
would be
one.
the one.
That's Cat.
It hangs out at the balls, I guess.
Yep.
Does the collector get on with it?
Have you ever seen the cat and the collector in the same place at the same time?
Or a rather
Yes.
attractive woman and a with
That's so unspecific.
I think Varrow would like mildly blush and say there were a lot of attractive women.
She's specifically talking about Glacia.
Have you met Glassy?
The shield.
Yes.
That's right.
And you'd see like he'd rub his temple a little bit, like he's in pain,
Oh.
kind of thing. But I think she comes to some of the parties.
Mm.
They're a little foggy.
She's kicking about some.
He doesn't remember her encounters as well, or at least, yeah. Is it too hard because you've been instructed not to talk about this?
The parties can get strange. There's a lot of magic.
Rowdy,
Mm. And a stronger charm effect as well.
perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Well, this is good.
Mm-hmm. If we get back to Paralmar, do you want to come with us?
I don't want to stay in the Feywild.
Mhm.
It's nothing makes sense here.
No
I don't
need.
understand any of the rules.
If you come back with us,
We met a nice bee farmer if you would like to stay there. That is still in the Feywild.
That might be a little triggering for him.
Maybe it'd be comforting because it's familiar. I don't know.
No, thank you.
Fair enough.
I don't know. I just wanted to disappear. I just don't want to be a problem anymore.
Oh my goodness, Varrow, we're gonna get you some therapy. Oh God, seriously. That's it. That's all you need. Just a hug and
Lots
some
of
therapy.
therapy.
And you don't need to get it from me. But we're gonna get you some both.
the Knights of Ash does not do occupational health.
Of course they fucking do. Seriously.
No, of course they do. They don't care
Yeah,
about
you're
individual members.
better
They
off
only care
without
about the
them.
unit as a whole.
Their idea of occupational health is like stitching up
Being
wounds.
alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
Can
you're-
you fight? Let's put your arm back
You've got
on.
PTSD,
and
that's
send you
fine.
back
We'll just
out.
point you at the enemy and give you a sword. That's fine. You can take your PTSD out on them.
That's
It's
so
very unhealthy.
Yeah, why do you want to be a part? Seriously,
Why did you join? What?
Well, it's not because
yeah.
because they were heroes to you. Yes.
That is the short answer. Yes, it's the only goal I had after my village was destroyed. Was
God.
become the sort of
We're
Our
person.
lives.
We fucked up a whole we're all a whole bunch.
It's almost
of
like you
fucked up.
all wrote mildly edgy and sad backstories.
Weirdly, Kai having died is the least.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm
harrowing.
perfectly well. My
Your family life
angsty
is
backstory has been within the campaign.
So right.
great. Yeah.
It's happening right now.
Yes.
We're gonna get to the next campaign and Kai's like, so finally my angsty backstory
At
is
least by
complete.
the time, yeah, when you go to resolve all your backstory, at least you'll be level 20 already.
I'm planning on telling, if I can get through to Joris tonight, I'm planning on telling him about, one, that the sword is a matter of hours away,
Okay.
and two, about whatever happened last night with Eofeel.
What?
I don't think.
You need to remember other people are in the room with us.
Look, you're in it now, you're
in
with
it,
us,
whether
so-
you like it or not.
Sorry, you're a party member. It's not optional, apparently.
Thank you.
We split our loot very evenly.
Yeah.
If
I gesture to the bedazzled animal.
the animals with decked out metal. Yeah.
Belinda's just like,
Oh, like,
her saddle strap is like straining
I
at this point.
loosened it for
Did
her.
Note. Do you know? I'm talking to Varrow.
Right, okay.
Before we get into the
Do
meat.
you know who summoned her? pointing to
Oh,
Belinda.
Oh my
Yes.
god, yeah. This is...
She was in Arva's lair and she doesn't know
This-
who summoned her.
Yeah.
Was it you?
Was it you? You look
Oh my
real
god, yeah.
shifty all
It
of a
can't be
sudden.
him.
No, it could be.
He doesn't have...
He has
You have to be a
magic.
paladin.
No
and
offense.
I thought the whole
You-
thing was that he does.
I don't think
That not
that.
where all of this angst is
Arthur
about.
gave me a scroll.
I don't think. Yep.
She needed a connection to one of the celestial planes.
Oh.
Belinda!
Oh
What?
god.
Like, Belinda
Oh
would like
no.
step up and like
Daddy!
tilt it forwards
Oh,
a little
no.
bit. And you'd see Varrow would look really uncomfortable for a
Oh
moment.
god. Belinda, just take a minute,
She would like
think
sit
he
at the
needs some
side, like
time.
as part of the circle. She would like nudge herself into the circle, kind of thing.
I think that this means
How
you
do
do
horses
have the.
sit?
Really weirdly like dogs.
Yeah.
Just with their back legs straight out. It's really weird, but they do it when they want to.
Unsettling.
You'd see he sort of, and he'd go for a ring on one of his fingers and work it off, and he'd just sort of give it to Kai.
What?
What?
And you'd
Is this a
see
proposal?
he'd like
I don't
concentrate
think
a
we know
little
each other
bit,
that well.
Whoa.
and then you all still have the telepathic bond up, right?
Yeah.
You would see like, or feel almost like another mind like connecting with.
Oh,
Belinda's.
because he can communicate with her.
Is that a ring of mind shielding?
It would be indeed.
Oh! Holy shit.
That's what. Oh, we. Ah!
Oh my goodness.
That's right. Can he hear all of us through Belinda from the telepathic
Yes.
bond?
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
Spying got
So
a
many
lot
people are
easier.
hacking the group chat today.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I didn't need a steed. It wouldn't have been normal for me to have a steed, and she just needed a paladin to summon one. I don't really know what she did, other than she was trying to open the portals. But
She tapped into a divine spark and she got you a speed.
She has been tortured.
I
Right.
didn't know that until I saw what they did to the Fey creature.
My sympathy for this guy is
Simon.
fucking going up and down.
Simon.
The Fey dragon. His
We-
name was Simon.
We named him.
His name was
He's
Simon.
about somewhere.
Mhm.
He's not dead.
Oh, that's nice. You can keep that.
Oh.
Who wants a ring of mind shielding?
Just add it to the pile.
It's so unhelpful for us who are always on the telepathic
Yeah.
bond.
Yeah.
Like,
It's a real good item though. Like, I
Yeah.
have a character one of them and we'll love it to bits.
So I think, based on the description, you can choose to let other minds like touch,
Yeah.
can't you? Because it's a ring. Or...
Yeah, I think you have control over that facet of it. Yeah.
So my understanding of that, with the protection that the ring of mind shielding has, would then extend over the telepathic bond. Because if if the person that does the telepathic bond has the ring of mind shielding,
Oh.
then it's like part of that magic, isn't it? Because they're doing the extension.
I think that might come down to ruling, if anything. I don't think it considers cases like that precisely.
Because creature can telepathically communicate with you only if you allow it.
I always read that as like the wearer has like their own little kind of enclosure.
I thought because of the way that telepathic bond worked, and you kind of end up with your own little bubble. If the person that casts that has a ring of mind shielding, sort of extends over it.
I mean, if you rule it that way, I definitely wouldn't say no. We can finally fucking close the group chat.
Sounds fun to me.
Yeah. You want a ring of mind shielding? Is it achievement? It might be achievement.
It
as
is
well.
achievement.
Damn it. It's a good item. It's a really good item. Okay, I'm very protective of Belinda, knowing that he's the jerk that summoned her. It's just,
He summoned her, but he didn't exactly do it.
I don't care. He's fucking complicit in it. Anyway, the Earfield stuff. That seemed to get your attention.
Yeah.
What is it that Arvo was trying to do?
What the
What was all this? What was all this in aid of? Why was Perlmeyer
You okay?
dragged to Avernus?
The last paragraph of the Ring of Mind Shielding.
Yeah.
Yes!
Oh, the fucking
So
soul in
fun.
the ring thing.
If you die.
Yeah.
If you die, you become part of the ring and live on in it.
It's
and can
wild, isn't
telepathically
it?
communicate with people.
Yeah!
You become a ghost in the ring, yeah. Mental.
And they anywhere cannot prevent your telepathic communication. Is there anybody in the ring? Presumably.
Hey Varrow, is there anybody in your ring?
You're still attuned to it. Is
I don't-
anyone living
Did you
in
kill
this
the
ring?
Did you kill the previous wielder? Are they in the ring?
Ava gave it to me.
Cool.
Is
No.
there a guy in it?
I don't think so.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Hey, what's Arva's plan?
I mean, she's dead. So.
What was Arva? Past tense.
She was trying to release you, Phil? You think?
Mm-hmm.
Pardon?
Trying to release Evil.
Yeah. I think she needed a domain. She needed to be whole, and she needed a domain. And I don't really know why Ava was trying to do that, but she needed a domain, and that's why she had to move the city.
Was she trying to make Perlmeyer into a domain? Does that even work?
I know Eophil hated but loved that city. The Knights of Ash got twisted throughout the years. I don't know if you've read the histories with the Crusades and everything.
Bits and pieces, then a dragon tried to kill us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The dragon spirit in the library, Miriam.
Oh,
Yeah.
she. Okay.
Very defensive over you feel.
Yeah, very protective
Or
of
at
her.
least part of her.
Eophil loved what the Knights could be. They
Yeah, you and me both.
turned out not to be that. She got angry. She turned on Torm, turned on the Knights, and got. I don't even know what you call it. She's in pieces, you know? But. I don't know why Ava wanted to bring her back. I don't know what the point of giving her domain was. I don't get that bit. I just knew that she was trying to make her fight for a domain, fight for a place in the Pantheon. And bringing Perlmeyer to off the material plane was a huge part of that, and Avernus was just one of the easiest places to bring it. The Avernus, because it's the first layer of hell or something, it's really easy to tap into. It's really easy to dump stuff into. It's also, it changes hands a lot, is my understanding. It's easy to carve bits out and grow bits on it. And that is something to do with a new domain. Because if she had a domain, she could be a god. She's not a god right now. She's not an angel, but she's not a god. But she's
What do
also
you
in
mean
pieces.
What do you mean she's not an angel? She's an angel.
Not like the others are.
At the very least,
Do you know
she's
the paintings that are in the main chapel? Torm is just like the sun. Obviously, we don't do that. But like, there's the angels around him.
Yeah.
She's not one of them. She's not the same thing as them. She never has been. She was always more powerful. She was always bigger.
There were powerful angels. Right? Greater angels.
Is she like his child or something?
Well, they're all his children, so I don't really... Well, they all say father, right?
Yes, but there's a difference.
There's
like,
different. You could call
say-
somebody your aunt or
you
uncle
say
without being
father.
related to them.
I mean, case in point, Mark, you know that there's more than most of them. But you say you call your deity father, so does
Were you about to
Adolin.
say daddy?
Yeah.
It looked
Father.
weird.
I don't know why she was different. Ava never really talked about that with me, but I know she was more powerful, and I know she had more agency than any of the other angels.
Maybe she was just the high first in command.
I don't know. She was beloved by Tom until she turned.
What do you think about the way that she turned? Do you agree with her actions? Do you know about what she did?
With the
Oh, the Emerald Fields.
the Emerald Sea.
Sorry, Emerald Sea.
Fields?
Fields.
Plains?
Plains. Fields? Fields?
Fields or plains, not sea.
Fields,
The
yeah.
Crusaders that she murdered. What do you think?
They were murdering people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with the general ethos of we should be going out as knights and helping people, helping them set up their own towns and cities and defeating monsters. I don't think the way they did that in that crusade was very good.
No.
They just turned up and told people how to live their life and murdered them when they didn't.
It was a dark time in Knight's history, not one that it repeats.
I don't know where we are though. Did we move on from that? Are the knights
Of course
still
we did.
there?
No, we don't go out and enforce that on people anymore.
Our
don't
was
crusade,
their
but-
ranking. They decided
Are
to
we
use a
still-
trial that was basically like
Yeah, they did fully
A bunch of
kidnap
trauma.
someone and then make fake dead parents for you.
Mm-hmm.
So, have they improved?
I don't think that they're perfect by any means.
No.
And we're not high enough, like you're not high up enough in their
Hmm.
faction to know for sure what's going on at the top, but we certainly know that at least like a second tier
Hmm.
guy is in the kind of more unethical rankings.
Well, by unethical rankings, do we mean the Cult of Evil?
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, oh god, yeah, you're so right, because that's tricky,
But
because if we
that's-
actually agree with Eofiel on this, does
Then
that
is
mean
that-
actually he's doing things for the power of good, but they're certainly not doing them for the power of good because they have killed a lot of people, and they're gonna kill a
They
lot
can
more.
be following a good deity without being good people.
Which is exactly what happened in
Somebody-
the Crusades. This is fantastic. You know what? Just
My God, it's
organized
almost
religion is very dangerous. Just period.
Maybe we should just never be involved in religion.
Any
Ever.
highly charismatic individual can weaponize a good cause for an evil cause.
Yes.
That's the moral. End of campaign.
We did
We
it.
figured it out!
We did it! We don't have a
We win.
solution.
Well done, guys. That's the moral of the story.
Yeah, I feel like banning organized religion also not the solution.
Yeah.
Because that sounds like weaponizing something.
Yes.
If one of our goals was to release, recombine Eofiel, this is hard to explain, but so through my connection to Torm, there is this other angel that I can communicate with. He's been a sort of guide to me
You had a guide?
for a little while now. Yeah,
Every time we talk about a personal
incredible.
thing, it's like,
he's tried to
He's so envious.
keep me on
I
the
feel
path.
really bad.
Yeah, but Adolin is trying to say this with as much grace as possible.
You're not bragging.
Humble brag.
actually,
And has I look up to him. He's an angel of Torm. He shows me the path, encourages me to stay on it. And in trying to reach out to him last night, a different path presented itself to me
Okay.
that led to. You've seen the images. Turquoise grass and maroon. Which way around is it? Turquoise grass and a maroon sky.
So the other way around.
Maroon grass.
Because that's more weird.
Maroon grass, a turquoise sky, an armoured angel with a double set of wings kneeling at the foot of a tree.
I've seen sketches in the books.
I spoke to her. She seemed fragmented, confused, lost.
Oh, to Eofiel.
I mean, this aspect of her, whatever it was, it felt genuine. And then, of course, there's this.
How did you make a connection? I haven't tried for so long.
You're so special.
Adlin's a special little boy. I don't know. I was already trying to connect to the divine, and an alternative path presented itself, and...
You had 2 divine connections?
Oh, dude, don't make me... I'm sorry, man. God,
Would you like one?
Would you like
I've
one
got
of
one to spare!
Give him one.
him
It's
one.
not fair you have 2 and he has none. Give him one.
Share your toys. Share with your friend. Share with the poor boy. He has no friends.
Oh.
He doesn't.
Yeah.
You've murdered them all.
No! I would like to be his friend. He just won't have it yet.
Yes, this separate path led me to her. She resembled... there is this paladin we've met a couple times in our travels. Io. She appears mortal, but again bears a lasting resemblance to Eofield.
You've met her?
Yes.
The ring looks really creepy.
It's so creepy, yeah.
Why does the stone look like a brain?
Because it's a mind.
Ring of Mind Children. Yeah.
Fuck off.
Has a brain.
You've met Io?
In the aftermath of your cult's attack on the Temple of Saloon, she was helping the survivors.
Oh. Okay.
You know, the group that you're with that recruited pirates and consorted with undead and devils.
He's already got a lot of conflicting emotions.
Yeah,
I think we need to pile on.
I'm sorry. It comes and goes. Adolin's just very reactive to whatever the current vibe
it's
is.
real difficult. It's real difficult.
That's all they were doing. I'm sorry. I just wanted to help Arvo.
Anyway, yes. Io may well be the mortal form of Eofield that is cutting the
She's
boot.
one of the shards, one of the broken bits. You've got to
Yes.
find all 3 and
So there are 3.
So there's
3.
3 items, 3
she got
shards.
split into 3.
I
'Cause
assumed
there's,
we knew
the
there were 3 of
mortal
her.
bit.
Yes, we had assumed, but we hadn't had it
Yes.
confirmed.
There's the divine bit, and then there's like her soul, and you've got to find all 3 and put them
Divine
back.
soul
together.
and
So
like
the mortal bit
mortal?
is
Io.
The soul is.
I'm not sure which bit it was I spoke to then.
I think you spoke
I
the
think
soul.
it was the soul.
The soul?
Yeah.
Not the divine bit.
No.
No,
I didn't
because
get that
she
vibe.
She didn't really talk about anything like heavenly.
just
She could
seemed
barely remember
lost.
Torm.
Yeah, but she was like kept in, a divine sort of prison or divine realm. Where did Arva think the fragments were?
She knew Io was in the material plane.
Hmm.
She knew that she keeps getting reincarnated, and she can't really die, but she dies.
It's her. It is her, the missing
Yes.
paladin person.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this the first confirmation that we've had that actually is the case?
Of what? Sorry.
Of Io the paladin being an aspect of
Yes.
Eofield.
Yeah.
No,
the-
but like the remember at
That
the tomb,
first church when we found the tomb and there was the
The
unknown
Oh, the faceless
warrior.
Oh, the warrior that held back the fucking swarm
Yeah.
of...
yeah,
Yeah.
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 We were
Appeared,
like,
and then
oh,
she
that
disappeared.
sounds like
We were like,
her.
that's totally her.
Yeah. And then we met Io literally like a half hour later.
Yeah.
And we were like, it's probably her. And you were
Probably
like,
her.
that seems unlikely, gaslighter that you are.
I mean, how it does seem unlikely. She's alive, and that other person died many years ago.
But we also...
Reincarnation. So it's probably, it is probably that.
Mm.
Yes. For sure. Confirmation. All our theories came
And,
together.
okay, so what about the other 2?
We were trying to make a connection to the divine part, because that's the bit that's stuck. We can't get to that bit.
Right.
So,
Her soul is... She's got to find her own soul, so you had to get the other 2 bits together for her to go and find the 3rd bit. Because
Wait, where was the dying bit?
I think it was
is
the
in
bit-
like a prison in Torm's realm.
okay.
He
then
was
maybe that is
holding it so
divine.
that she would never be whole again.
So maybe you were right. Maybe that was divine.
I think I may have released her.
A little bit.
Oh, good for you.
Oh, that's...
Probably for the.
Is that...
Well,
That sounds good.
It's-
I think that's good.
It's good in that her angle on what the Knights were doing during Crusade of the Emerald Fields was
and definitely
bad.
ups our timeline.
Going in defiance of Torm, bad. Very bad. Should not have done. May have hell to pay with Joris.
Oh right, I didn't think about your
But-
repercussions. Shit. But you didn't know.
Those are my
Big
consequences
picture,
to
I
deal
think
with.
good. Small picture for you, possibly bad.
Possibly
That's
bad.
not so good.
Back to big picture, she
She might be out there
meshes
trying to
herself
find...
all back together.
gonna take a
She
minute,
can
okay?
Yeah, yeah.
possibly just
Is-
grab Pearl Meyer herself and put it back.
Is
Yeah.
Arrow the facet that has been visiting Miriam Dragon?
Yes.
The mortal.
Yeah,
we
that would
already
make sense,
knew
right?
that, I think.
but well, we knew that Eofil had been, but we never actually said it was Io. I don't think.
I don't.
Oh, I thought we said it was Io.
Oh.
I might be wrong.
We might have.
Can I close the window?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
The door, even?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what
yeah,
I
close whatever you want, yeah. It would make the most sense, right, for it to be the mortal fragment that's on the material plane.
Yeah.
To be the one visiting the library.
Yeah.
Just that she was so sweet and innocent when she was talking to
Yeah.
us. It's like, how...
Such a devout follower, Torm. You know, she worked in a soup
Please
kitchen.
don't stroke my foot.
What? Sorry?
Oh. Well, what if... Alright, wild idea. What if her soul is in her sword?
That would be fun.
What's the name of the sword again?
Star
Star
Shatterer.
Shatterer.
And it was hers.
I do like that she's been shattered into pieces, and that's also the name of the sword.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright.
Now, how dare you need to pee?
It just feels
We're
like...
getting really close to the end, so I don't want to go for another comfort
Yeah.
break.
Yeah, fair. We're all just individually gonna run out in sections.
If her divine aspect is now free, and it did appear to Adolin as if when he kind of came out of that trance, like a kind of golden visage of her had like materialized in front of him and then vanished. What if that was...
Is she here, then?
I mean, this was up the canyon. This was technically like in the Winter Fae.
Can we do
But-
some kind of religion check to try and work out what happened,
Like
maybe?
a little divine intervention, a commune.
I mean, I can try. What, like commune with Io?
Why not?
Yeah.
I mean, I was going to try.
What if we all sit and hold hands?
But, well, I mean, try. I'm probably overdue a chat with Jors.
To be also like, I mean, she has a whole ass cult after her, but they're not really worshipping her.
Are they worshipping the idea of her?
They're-
Did the Paladin Io have
conceptually
anything to
just
do
like-
with the cult? Did she ever work with you?
No.
Did she ever?
No, we were trying to find her, and she was trying to avoid us, I think.
Right?
Does she not want this?
She wasn't interested.
I think... I can see now what Varrow was doing was cruel, wrong. I guess Io wanted to be whole, but I would guess if she is a good person, like the stories say, not in this way.
Okay. So that
Io
means that
killed a lot of people
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and wrecked a lot of lives to do what she did. And
Well, she's super dead now, so...
yeah.
graphically.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey,
Were
what
you
was that
there
pool?
for that? I don't remember.
I think he left before that.
Left
She's
before
dead.
that.
What was that pool of liquid metal in your
Oh
base
yeah,
for?
what was up with that?
It was a conduit. She was trying to contact Io or Eofil.
Like this
Oh, well, that's a
Right.
very symbolic way to go then.
Oh, yeah.
It was a really strong divine conduit. So she,
Whoa! I tried to scry on you via that, and I couldn't. So that's pretty impressive.
well, my ring would.
Yeah, that's a good ring.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm just
very
saying.
good.
If it was a very powerful conduit, your ring must be pretty powerful too. It sounds to me that the cult of Eofil isn't really worshipping her, which means that four of us together could be a really solid foundation, which means that maybe if
We were like organized religion is
we're
shit.
not starting a
We're
cult.
starting
I'm
our
just
own.
Start our own
saying,
cult.
If we try and
It's not our own
contact
cult, it'd be
her-
better, it'd be bigger, it'd be blackjack and hookers.
I'm just saying that if we try and contact her now, we'll probably have the clearest voices,
Mm.
and that might give us a little bit of a
So
better
group
chance.
prayer.
Group prayer.
Varrow?
You got this.
Clifford?
My hand is very sweaty, so you might not want to.
Oh, you are very warm.
I'm sorry I closed the door. I was really cold.
Same.
I am still overheating. You'd see Belinda would hold her hoof out to you.
Hey, she's a celestial
She's in
figure.
the
She's
circle.
like, she's from Mount Celestia. She's a
Yeah,
very
it is.
powerful connection.
Clifford
She's our
also
conduit.
celestial being.
Yeah?
Yeah, he is. He counts as a celestial.
Wrong
Cool.
kind?
Let's-
Not any of the right
pray.
gods, but yeah.
All of us.
You have both talked to, we've all talked to celestial folks before.
It's
How
true,
do we,
yes.
how do we
I
pray?
don't know if I should do this before talking to Joris.
I mean,
This might be wrong. This might be the wrong way to do this.
what do you think is the right way to do this? To check in and see if
To-
Joris says it's okay and then do it?
To see.
Joris does seem to have been holding... You said that Joris was injured.
He was looking more injured the last time I saw like a visual form of him. Yeah.
You think that's because he said his time was coming to an end? I can't remember if that was I don't think Polly knows that. But do you think that that's because like in some sort of symbolic
Not
Torm will isn't keeping his grasp on this realm kind of thing? That kind of my time is ending, or I'm just old as balls and it's time for me to retire.
Hey, it might be that. Yeah.
How much do you trust
He
him?
be really mad at you for releasing you, Bill?
If Torm imprisoned Efiel and wanted her kept imprisoned, and I've released her, yeah, he'll probably be mad.
Should you not tell him that?
Why? No, I should.
Yeah, we've learned from past experiences, surely you can attest, that not telling people big pieces of information about stuff probably is not the best.
But what if he takes away all the gifts, or the divine spark?
Then I'll have to rely on my wits and my friends. And it will prove to me that maybe this is when I cut ties.
We don't keep him around for his spark. We keep him around for his personality.
While that is entirely true, do you also possibly want to wait until after tomorrow?
Oh!
Guy, always the one that's on point.
Look, we're going into a fight.
I really want
We
you to have
really need
all
to
your
fight for
divine
our
powers.
freedom and possibly lives tomorrow, so...
Oh,
But
we should
also,
really report it.
I mean, we couldn't even do sending.
Yeah, maybe nothing will happen at all.
I'm just...
Do you want to try praying to your god
Okay.
as a test run?
Now, last time I tried to pray, I did just start dancing with some bees. So I'm not that good at it.
Varrow just
worked.
starts chuckling a little bit.
Do you remember how to do... Do you remember any colloquial bee dance? Do you remember to
A
say, where is the library?
Donde es la biblioteca?
In B-dance.
You'd see, like, he'd scratch his head a little bit and he'd start to try and, like, dance. And you can see he's thinking. There's, like, little bits there, but it's like he hasn't used French in a very long time.
Go So talented.
Oh. I mean, yeah, do you want to try and connect and then... I'll try, or I can just try straight
We'll
for
just
Joris.
give you some space, we'll stand over here.
Cool.
Or I don't know, do you want to go on the balcony as being outside
I'll go on
better?
the balcony. That's a great idea.
Okay.
Overlooking the garden. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nature.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I'll close my eyes, and the very first, rather than a prayer, a calling out, the very first thing I'll be like is, how do these things photosynthesize, and why are they okay with the warm weather? It doesn't make any... And I just go back to that conversation and just, like, really tune into nature in completely the wrong manner
Can you
and see what
roll
happens.
me a D100, please?
Yeah.
Where's my D10? There it is.
Can I use my 0 from earlier?
No. I
Oh.
got an 85. That's
Oof.
too high.
Okay.
Too high.
I imagine Polly sits there for a long minute, like, yelling these things in her head, and everyone's just sat there being like, oh my
we
god.
can hear you.
But
Anybody had any answers for this very important question right now? Clearly the most important thing that's going on at the moment.
Varrow would just, like, quietly go, I think it's magic.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
I hear that and I'm just like, Chantia, you
No.
sound different. Have you taken up smoking?
No.
She's been doing voice training. How long are you out on the balcony for?
I think Varrow knocks me out of bed. I go, oh, okay. I come back in and I just look really sad. I'm just like, I'm really bad at this.
Practice?
I guess. You know what? Maybe you could teach me. I think you have a lot more discipline in this regard.
A lot more experience with praying.
Meditate.
I don't know how to do that.
You need to be able to sit still.
Dear God.
boy.
I could do that, I think.
Although there was a guy that did it through movement.
Oh?
Maybe you could do that?
Let's find that one guy. Right now. Let's go.
Let's go. New quest.
Well, he was Pearlmire, but...
Oh, well, okay.
We know where that is.
One
Okay.
more reason to save Pearlmire so I can learn how to meditate.
Find
Through
a Tai
dance.
Chi guy.
Tai Chi and bee dance would go into hand in hand so
lovely,
nicely.
yes.
I could just be spelling out lovely messages and nobody would
Aw.
ever know.
Yeah.
Oh, so nice.
Except
Only the
Barrows that
bees.
just slowly sat there being like,
Just sounding it out.
Like, I know that one swear word.
I know I am.
you just taught him all the swear words.
And my peaceful meditation is just be like absolutely like offensive language.
Shantea.
What?
He's like slowly spelling out her name and like fluid.
Oh
movements.
no! I was saying I was going to just do curse words. explicitly.
The meditation is all of the pent up aggression you have from dealing with members of the general public and the collector.
Yeah,
Just really get that off your
I hate
chest.
the collector so much. I cannot express that.
Oh,
so-
good.
Yeah, he sucks. He sucks ass.
Good. Okay.
Nothing there?
No, I'm sorry.
We will draw the session to a close then. Thank you so much for watching this marathon session because we did get a good 6.5 hours in
No, but we
there.
started
started
half
late,
an hour
remember?
late and we're finishing half an hour late.
I suppose.
Yeah, it's perfect. That's just normal session.
Normal session.
Normal, just late.
Normal, boring session.
Normal.
Definitely nothing exciting.
Thank you so much for joining us on this. Because we're not playing again before the convention, I'm not 100% sure how any future sessions
We're gonna
We're gonna self-destruct this entire Twitch channel.
No, we're gonna keep this Twitch channel pretty please until the end of the campaign.
If I'm honest, I'm not sure anybody can stop us.
Yeah,
Oh.
we
heard that.
we run the entire social media team.
No, we'll change.
Good
Let's
job,
see how
good
it
job.
We'll
tries.
change the password, not tell anybody apart from this group, and then
I don't think anyone else has the password.
Well, in that case, we'll see you next session.
It's just me.
It also means I don't know how any future sessions will be advertised because I don't know if they're going to be alright with us advertising on the social
We'll
media.
Just check the Twitch schedule. I'll put it on there.
Okay.
That's a good idea. Yes.
I do that anyway.
Okay.
I never check it.
It might drop to
Thanks.
that after the convention as the convention social media runs down.
We will do, Cole. We'll keep you in the loop for sure.
I don't think
How
we have
would
many
we
sessions
let you
left,
know?
so I would
and
like.
the Twitch. We could post one little Twitch stream that just has the
There's
details.
a community tab that does something.
That's
I don't know what it
perfect.
does.
Yeah. See?
I've never
We'll
looked at
do
it.
our
but
best
Yeah.
to
We'll
make
do
sure that
something. We'll work it out.
There's no
I don't think there's
escape
many
from us.
sessions left, so I think streaming them is a possibility. We just need to figure it out and put a bit of effort into A, how we do it, and B, whether we're still allowed onto the Glasgow 2024 systems after the convention. Yeah. But thank you so much for joining us for this stream. We'll try and see you next time.
Yeah, for
Yes.
sure. You will. We're inescapable.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.